Oh, go live. Alrighty, 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 alrighty. Hi guys, welcome to my platform. This is going to be a message for the collective. Collective, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Y'all, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. All right, please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, hit all bells. Tap that screen, please, and thank you for those of you that are on the platforms. So today I'm coming to y'all from 4 separate platforms. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, okay? The message for today is, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. I'm not sure if that's the correct title, but that's basically the gist of it. I'll tell y'all when it comes on because as soon as I got up to move away from here, I stepped on a plug, shut everything down. So everything's coming up. Now, as in tune with the message, let me tell y'all something. This right here is a perfect example. This product right here, right? And then there's no sales, nothing attached to it, just so y'all know. I'm just telling y'all about something. This is me telling y'all about me, as I always do, y'all. All right, so the person's name is Ola Henriksen. This is their kit, right? And so it has the Ola Henriksen. This is the Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment, right? This is the Banana Bright Eye Cream, all right? This is also the Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. Now, that's what's on my face. So, I look a little hydrated and everything else is because this is on my face, my whole skin. This is under eye, so I got dark marks and whatever underneath the eye that I'm trying to take care of and working on getting rid of and all that other good stuff. This lip peptide treatment is one of the things that I started using it. But first of all, because I got this from the TikTok shop, right? This is one of the things that I'm advertising. I got it as a sample for free from the TikTok shop. It came in a whole little set, right? Everything. So I went and looked it up because me as a person, I'm always doing my due diligence to make sure that whatever it is that I'm going to get into or I'm, advertising or something, I'll make sure that I go check it out, right? And so when I went and looked at some of the, reviews and things of that nature, it was basically like some people saying, they was on there, they was showing their lips had peeled and all this other stuff, right? And so thank God, because I've been using this for about a month now, about 3 weeks. All right, thank God that I took the time. The message says, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift your position, not just outcomes. Okay, so that's the message, the title. Anyway, so back to this. I was looking up people's, videos and reviews and everything else. But I was making sure that I took my time before I came to anybody and I said, this is going to be a good product or this was a bad product. So even though people, my eyes are watering, y'all. Don't mind that. Even though people will give their review, and this is even on people. So we talking about this, but when God blesses you, no one can curse your blessings, right? So the people, was giving reviews and things of that nature because they have put it on their lips and their lips has started peeling and all this other stuff, right? But I said I was going to give it time because I was going to give my own review, right? And I don't know what is for you is for you, and what is for them is for them, right? Now, first and foremost, I didn't even know what a peptide did. And I don't know if they did either. And I don't know whether or not they left it on their lips or, and again, take this for people. They may have just put it on their lips and then all of a sudden, their lips started peeling and they thought it was, whatever type of product they thought, right? Because the reviews wasn't that great. So I came to y'all one day and I sat down here and I said, I have been wearing it for 2 days, right? Mind you, moisture off the chart. I like stuff that's clear. And so this is the peptide treatment. Let me see. I can't really see the medium something. I don't know. I can't see the actual type on it, but y'all, this is what it is. So I sat down here in front of y'all and I said, it has started to make my lips hurt, right? But I didn't know what a peptide did. And so when, stuff is new and you're introducing it to your system, and this is like when y'all meet new people, right? You have to get a feel for them or your energy does whatever it does to tell you yay or nay ahead of time. But for some reason, my system said, give it time. And so it says a peptide is a short change of amino acids that the building blocks of proteins. Think of it as a messenger molecule in the body. They signal cells what to do. Mind you, I've been using lip gloss since I was young. And the lip gloss that I was using was probably that one that y'all can get now from the dollar store. It's like a roll-on thing, right? And back in the day, what that actually did was it ended up making it so I had bumps, like, that were like white heads or black heads. You have to squeeze them to get them out, right? That's what that lip gloss did. So I stopped using that, started using some grown stuff. My favorite probably one was Fenty, I think. But more or less, then I just designed my own, and that became a thing. So, that was a thing. Um, but anyway, long story short, my spirit kept saying, give it time, give it a moment, right? So proteins equal long chains, peptides equal short chains, more targeted, faster signaling. So if there's a peptide or something that's gonna, start to work around your lips or on your lips, it has to be able to do its job. And sometimes the job that it is doing is fixing and repairing, because that's what it says. It says short chain hurt. So even though my lips hurt, they still felt good, right? And that's what I came to y'all and I said, I'm working on this and I want to see before I give it any type of review at all, period. Although I gave reviews as to what it was doing, but I wanted to make sure, right? Because I didn't want to just bust out the gate and say, oh, this is, a good product, bad product, whatever. Mind you, because this stuff is expensive. And it's a blessing. You know, blessing and a lesson. Because when I actually went to go do, like, add it to the list, like, this is no, like, this is expensive stuff. Like, the whole kit is very expensive. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, give it a moment, give it some time. It didn't take that long, just so y'all know. So I had the incident the first time when my lips hurt or whatever, but it was healing. Little did I know. Because now my lips feel amazing. So it says why peptides matter. Cell communication. Tell cells to repair, grow, or calm inflammation. I did a video yesterday and I did a close-up on my lips, right, around my mouth area. And the parts where it had like the blackheads and things of that nature, it's actually helping. And skin and beauty. Support collagen, elasticity, and healing. If you haven't, looked into collagen and things of that nature, it's important for your skin. It's going to keep you looking, I'm getting ready to be 50, young and fabulous. So there's a thing, muscle and recovery, aid tissue repair. brain and hormones. Some regulate mood, sleep, and balance, because a lot of stuff is now starting to come with peptides, right? So depending upon what they're doing, skincare, collagen peptides, copper peptides, supplements, gut, joint, hair, nails. So this is lips, this is face, things of that nature. Muscle therapeutic peptides, more advanced and more regulated. All right, because peptides are instructional, not forceful, many people see them as working within the body's intelligence rather than overriding. Anyway, long story short, um, I'm a huge fan. And I had to take my time to get to know what it was doing. And so, although, my lips initially, because most people will stop when it's like, it's this, but it's knowing what the product does, and that's important. So I'm gonna say Ola, and I had to even go look at what the man's name was because I wanted to say Ole, like literally, because it is OLE. And I went and looked at his video. He said his name is pronounced Ola, Ola Henriksen, right? I'm gonna say right now in front of everybody, as far as my journey right now, I'm giving the Ola Henriksen Pout Peptide, Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. Look at the lips. And like I said, I gave it time. And this ain't no ad. It could, be turned into one later, but it's not an ad. This was, it don't have no link, no none of that. So just so y'all know. I'm still working on using, everything, and I'm only 3 weeks in, but this is one of the things that also goes along with this. When God blesses you, no one can curse you, because just like this product and me going and looking it up, and the reviews that were not favorable, they would deter somebody away to go in the other direction. And I don't know, like I said, why they gave the review they gave, whether or not they gave it time, whether or not they lips crusted up and they didn't realize their system was going to crust them up anyway, because the peptides was going to target whatever it was on their lips to get that crust going. Because again, day two, like I was feeling something. But now, and then I've been wearing it, it's actually healing the areas around my lips that was damaged when I was young, wearing that ball lip gloss that you get from the dollar store. Y'all remember it came in so many different colors, strawberry, cherry, and all we knew was the lip gloss was popping. Well, for me, it was clogging my pores around my mouth and creating, whatever that was. This fixed it and is fixing it, because like I said, I did a video yesterday with this, and I literally did like, you can go look at the video. It's probably the one behind this one. Insert, and you can even see the area, but I'm telling y'all, it's getting better. So with that being said, Ola Henriksen, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna just say that, but it was going into the message. Anyway, there's that. All right, so the message is, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. There was another saying that I wanted to give y'all, because let me tell y'all how it played out. So, excuse me, where's my little chat that I was working in? All right, I didn't get my stuff together today to bring my tissue. So, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Why? Because a true blessing from God comes from a higher authority than human opinion, intention, or spiritual opposition. We keep talking about everything that's going on, the state of, the world, and, everything else. And it's important because we have to know thyself, know thy truth, know thy surroundings, right? Everything's important. So, one, God's blessing is sovereign. A blessing from God isn't permission based. It doesn't require approval from people, systems, or enemies. What God establishes, no human world, jealousy, or manipulation has the authority to undo. Reason for this message in a nutshell is um, there's blessings being given, even in the midst of, right? And so I'm gonna look up some stuff, but I want to give y'all um, what I want to give y'all first. All right, so yesterday we talked about rituals that were being done in different cultures. And so what I said was um, I like loopholes and things of that nature, right? So I'm not here to stop nobody from doing nothing that they want to do. Because everybody has their own journey. You gotta walk your walk. I gotta walk my walk. Everybody gotta do whatever they gonna do. All right. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to this, and then I'm gonna grab my tissue real quick. So then that way, cause y'all know every time I sit here, my nose start running. Let me see. Plus I got this fan going, so that's another thing that's about to. All right. So
Kapparet, also spelled Kapparet, is a traditional Jewish ritual performed before Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Its purpose is spiritual purification and repentance. Here's how it works, and its significance. The ritual. 1. The object. Traditionally, a live chicken is used. Sometimes money is used as a substitute in modern practice. The chicken is waved over the person's head 3 times, while reciting a prayer. Symbolically, the person's sins are transferred to the chicken. 2. Prayer. While performing Kapparet, people often say, "This is my exchange, this is my substitute, this chicken will go in my place, and its money will be given to charity." 3. Charity or slaughter. The chicken is usually slaughtered and given to the poor for food. If money is used instead, it's donated to charity, which preserves the ritual's spiritual meaning. Symbolism. Atonement. The ritual represents a physical and symbolic way of transferring sins and seeking forgiveness. Charity and compassion. Giving the chicken, or money to those in need, emphasizes justice, kindness, and community care. Reflection. It's also a time to meditate on one's actions and seek spiritual cleansing before Yom Kippur. Controversy. Some oppose the use of live animals due to ethical concerns, which is why money or other substitutes are now common in many Jewish communities. In short, Kapparet is a ritual of symbolic exchange and spiritual preparation for Yom Kippur.
all right, either way, it's a ritual, right? You heard how it was talked about, whatever. They out here killing chickens, they waving it around people's head. The chicken is now absorbing the sins. They thought it was cool to be giving it and feeding it to the poor. So you didn't want the sins, you transferred it to the chicken, then you gave the chicken and let them eat it. Which is why it's important for y'all to bless y'all food. All right, so because it don't matter where something comes from. Now I ain't judging them for doing whatever they doing. That's not why I'm even playing this. The fact of the matter is somebody, whoever started this, should have realized that that was not nice. It was not nice to now transfer your sins to a chicken and then feed it to somebody else, because once they consumed it, now guess what? Either way, somebody started thinking about it, all right? So then they decided that we're going to give it to money. Now, even if, this is why I said all money ain't good money either, because, and I ain't trying to stop nobody from doing anything. I'm just going to tell y'all something that basically, they can take it, leave it, I don't care. Anyway, so then they started transferring the sins to money, all right? And then they still would donate to the poor, right? Now, depending upon the donation is where it could be or could not have violated somebody's, whatever. Because if you hand it to a general person out on the street and you didn't transfer the sins into the money, and then you hand it to them, you just handed them a curse, right? And so either way, depending upon how they are, spending it, doing it, you still could be in violation. Now, I like loopholes and things of that nature. If that's what you're going to do, because I'm not stopping nobody from doing anything. Again, you got to deal with God when you talk to God about it. But how I would see fit for it to be transferred. Now, if you put your sins on anything, as far as money's concerned, because we ain't going to talk about the chicken part. That's a whole nother scenario, right? You put your sins on money. Don't give that to a person. It would be best for you to probably go to the store and, once you transferred your sins, go to the store, buy the products, this, that, and the third. give the money to the store people, because guess what? All the money is going into the, energy of whatever that is. So now you're not giving people cursed items. You're giving them items that you have now, blessed. How that translate into the store people, whatever, y'all deal with it, because y'all big business and y'all basically out here doing whatever you're doing anyway. And I ain't saying that's cursing nobody. I'm saying it's transmuting the energy, because it went into back into the bigger system and not to a person. You didn't directly now curse an individual. All right. And so with that being said, it gets transmuted and you did a good deed. All right. Also, like buildings and things of that nature that would benefit, like as charity places, like the actual place, the building of buildings and things of that nature. That's the way I would, seem to think that it would be transmuted. Somebody else may have, their own ideas, but giving it to a person or feeding it to a person, no, no, ma'am, no ham. I wouldn't think so. Anyway, long story short, their intentions behind the thing, all right? So their intentions may have been pure. And I'm not going to say they are, because the minute I heard it, let me know, ain't no way that you thought that was, a given, like I should feed somebody something that I basically just said I put curses and things of that nature into. Like, I put my sins into something and I gave it to you. Something about it just felt the way it should have felt to anybody. And for it to have gone on for so long, are y'all really good people? And this is where we all have to ask ourselves, because I'm not questioning you if you're a good person. You have to, tug that bell for yourself. All right? So, in the process of, there's people out here, they will try to bibbity bobbity boo. Let me see if I can find this, because, we talk about the religious and things of that nature. There was a Bible story that came up yesterday about somebody asking this man to go curse the Israelites, and God told him no. And mind you, because the king or the pharaoh thought they had more power, they kept trying to bring this person in to curse the Israelites. But every time the person opened their mouth, they blessed them every time. Anybody that know the story, tell me where to look for it at, and I can go put it up. So I'm gonna see if I can find this girl's thing, because she does trap Bible stories, and I love how she does it right here. Let me see if she's just talking in it.
So I was reading my Bible, right? And wait, y'all know the only way we could read our English King James Version Bible meant somebody had to be strangled and barbecued. But let me rewind so I can tell y'all about the first trap Bible story we never talk about. Because, well, King James took the English Bible, so let's talk about the.
All right, that's not the one. But let me go to her page, because this page is called Trap Bible Stories. It is on TikTok, and she gives, great versions on the Bible. Okay, so this one, the person's name is, I'm gonna put it over here so we can see, and then we're gonna talk about, and mind you, take it how it resonates, because if you believe it, then you believe it. If you don't, you don't. But these are the stories, these are the things that they had been given to people, right? And I believe there's a collection. Everybody's important.
So y'all, there's this dude named Balaam.
All right.
He was kind of like a prophet for hire. He wasn't an Israelite, but people knew he had the juice when it came to blessings and curses and talking to God. So y'all, the Israelites were out here thriving because of that blessing.
All right, let's see. Balaam in the Bible is a powerful and complex figure. He was often used as a warning about spiritual compromise, greed, and corrupted discernment. And so it says, mind y'all, I'm using the chat, so I can go to Wikipedia if y'all want, but this is where we gonna grab it from. Balaam is spelled Ballam. Let me see if I can find his part in the Bible. Bible scripture. Good morning, son. Bible. it's funny because these are always things that um I find amazing how it's Numbers 22:12. And God said unto Balaam, thou shalt not go with them, thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed. People have been being talked about and saying certain places are blessed, certain people are blessed. Meanwhile, there's people out here still trying it. Also in a state of, everything that's happening that's chaotic, and the people are, in an uproar because this person is doing this and this person is doing that. Meanwhile, we live on a beautiful planet. Everything is not what it seems, just so y'all know. So when I'm explaining to y'all and telling y'all, we don't know all the information, we don't have all the information. But the thing that I'm noticing is that, where everybody always uses, um, he who is first shall be last, and he who is last shall be first, right? It's almost like a changing, like it's just changing hands. There's also something that was in there, eye for an eye, right? How do you know that you're a good person at this moment in time? I don't know why for the life of me, but this morning when I was in the shower, it came to me. Um, when I say God get them, like God get them, stop them from doing what they're doing, right? Not once did I ever say, make it happen to them. Because what I know is it's not okay for it to happen to anybody. I don't care what's going on. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And if in fact you are out here doing something to somebody that you know is wrong, whether it be, snatching people up. I watched the video yesterday and it alarmed me. Why? Because there was a woman going into a porta potty and there was one of them agents walked in that bathroom with her. Now, right is right and wrong is wrong. If you are supposed to be on the team of protect and serve, the police or anything else, if them people are around and they not doing the right thing, why is the police not being called? Why is the police not being there? Why are they wearing vests that say police on them if they're not the police? Why are there videos circulating of men going in bathrooms with women to do what? Meanwhile, it's a whole bunch of people sitting in a whole bunch of places acting as if they don't see this. Because I know if I'm seeing it, I know if you seeing it, I know they seeing it. Now, if he who is first shall be last, and he who is last shall be first, if it's just going to change hands, whether or not it's my people, but mind you, I'm telling y'all, all y'all my people. Because if we come from one place, one source, and we are human, human, humankind, humanity, if you don't feel some type of way about some of the things going on, and you're the person that's doing it, wait till it gets done to you. And that's not me saying it. It is because that's what's happening. So another video came across my screen yesterday, and it was talking about how one of the off-duty officers that work for them people got arrested by another one of those people. Like, do y'all not see the problem? And nobody knows who anybody is. And quite frankly, I'm surprised at this point in time that more people have not exercised their rights. Because it's weird to me that it is grown men running up on people, women and children, and nobody's doing anything. But meanwhile, in other communities, because, and I mean the people that are, yes, y'all, why y'all not doing nothing? Because what I also seen was they rolled up into some of them other communities and they starting to learn. They starting to learn that we gonna have to stick together, because if these people aren't policing the way they're saying they're supposed to be policing, we gonna have to get them on up out of here. And I'm saying that only because the women and the children are being targeted. And I'm saying, God, get them. God, get them, because at some point in time, if the people not going to help, we need God more than ever. Mind you, when they try to disconnect you from source, because the people will say, but God's letting it happen. God sent you people to help you. So you're letting it happen. You're letting it happen because y'all want to stand around and film. You know how far we have gotten away from certain things, like what happens in the house stays in the house. And be mindful, because when I said what happens in the house stays in the house, it is not about protecting predators. What happens in the house stays in the house is, if you're a predator, and I ain't saying nothing to nobody, but again, I like loopholes. Turn them cameras off. And I ain't saying to protect them. I'm saying protect yourself. But the cameras help. You see what I'm saying? So we in the middle of a whole thing that's happening because they walked up in a store. They walked up in a store. And again, I'm not saying nothing. The fact that it's happening is allowing me to be able to talk about it because I've seen it. So don't nobody get, all in a tizzy saying, oh, she's doing, no. Because I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell y'all to start the infraction from the beginning. So now, since the infraction has started, and because I can see it and because I can talk about it, you know what happens when they came out all Billy Badass with them suits on, and it was two of them over here because they was getting ready to collect somebody, and them brown people came around them corners, and they started lighting their ass up, and then all of a sudden they started running. But yet, initially, they came because they was getting ready to do some weird stuff to somebody. And so it's all on camera. I'm just pointing out what's happening. But I'm telling you, sometimes it is a thing where, and again, I'm not advocating for nothing other than leave those people alone. God already told you to leave them people alone. That's the reason why. I also seen a priest, a pastor, say that them people picked them up. They put him in the back of the car. They asked him, was he scared yet? He told them no. They said because you're white. But that's not even a pass even these days. That ain't a pass no more. So until people realize that the people are the people, and so I'm going to leave that at that, because that's not what this was about, but literally it's the thing that's happening. Stop protecting the predators. You're going to reap what you sow, sooner or later. And as fast as you can do something to somebody else, it can also happen to you. And when it starts happening to them, and this is how we still got here, because be mindful that I could be talking about them, but I could also be talking about them, the YT people. Because when we told y'all that this was happening and y'all saw it was happening, y'all did, picnic barbecue, people hanging, da 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 da. It was okay because it wasn't y'all. Sooner or later, y'all gonna have to understand, why was it collectively a target put on a certain people's back? Why? Why is that target still being put on a certain people's back? But also in a certain people in the collective, y'all doing the worst things to the most innocent people. They're collecting the little ones. They have done deeds against the little ones. And to me, I don't feel like anybody that is even helping with that, like, y'all definitely are, y'all are passing off generational, like your lineage, literally, and y'all think it's nothing. I don't know if y'all realize it or not, but like spiritual infractions and spiritual violations hold major weight, more weight than you getting locked up in jail. Because it's almost like you will bestow a heavy penalty on your whole entire family. And then y'all be wondering why this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, and this happened. Why is it set up for that? But a long time ago, many people thought that it was okay to hex and curse. But even now, it's almost like God will put a bubble of protection around people, around whoever that is being done. And it's one of the scriptures that was actually given to me. Like, things will happen, the illness, the sickness, the whatever will come, even in the process, and it won't touch you because, you were doing the right thing. And so all of this stuff is just basically being done for people to acknowledge. And like I said, for me, I like the truth. And so I'm not mad at anybody sitting anywhere that's telling the truth. What I don't like and what I disapprove of, because right is right and wrong is wrong, is that people sitting idly by and somebody else made note of another thing. It's the people that have like the accounts and all that stuff can be super duper uh uh you have a huge platform, and this is what I love about people. People are starting to notice. Remember, I said there was a lady the other day that was, came to the platform, and now they're doing this. We can all tell that something is happening. Why? Because now there's people who are, called a celebrity or somebody that is well known, famous, or anything else. They're shifting, right? And so somebody else made note of it. Mind you, somebody else made note of it. I had already made the video. Now this girl is already saying the person's name and everything else. So people are making note of the shift and the changes, right? But mind you, a lot of people who are should be saying something are not. Could be saying something are not. Why? If everybody was at the time where before this change, they said, we are the chosen. Many are called, but chosen are few. Everybody wanted to have the title when the spiritual, change. I'm the black sheep of the family. My family loved me. Whether or not, even when I be acting or when I start saying what I'm saying, my family loved me. I don't ever want to claim that title. So it was a couple of things that I noticed that was going on. And it may be, the black sheep on some part. Somebody may, because when one thing exists, so does the other. But my family loved me, right? Many are called, but the chosen are few. It was a title. Everybody wanted to hold the chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. But when it came time to, have that platform or do whatever it was really that was necessary to, speak out or say something or do something, nobody was around. People get ghost when it's conversations that are heavy. Because even in here, I noticed that that thing was like doing something crazy. Now all of a sudden it then trickled down to the people that, automatically know and understand. People don't want to have heavy conversations. People don't want to do the thing that it's going to take to actually make sure that this don't happen. And again, when one thing is happening, so is the other. I love the fact that everybody is, being able to say who they are or be who they are, right? But now there's a tide that's also turning in the process. But be mindful, because the message also starts off, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift your position, not just outcomes. All right, that is the message. But also in the process of this, it's hard things that have to get talked about, because how did we get here to the blessings and the curses? So along with one thing happening right now where the people are saying, who they are and what they are, their characters, right? Because the world is a stage, and I am this. So in the process of them saying they are this, they are also undoing many lies that have been told, throughout time and throughout history, and, timelines and things of that nature, right? And so um, on this hand, it is a lot of information being given about people's heritage, about people's, where they come from, about the backgrounds, about what was done, about the things that we have all been, told one thing, and then now we're finding out is something totally different, right? That's happening. But on the flip side of that, even though this is also happening, what is being connected to this is they're telling you that, this is how y'all got here, but I'm also going to do it again. Like, I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it in your face. I'm giving you the truth as to what happened to y'all, to everyone. And I mean everyone. So when I'm saying everyone, that's white people, black people, Puerto Rican people, Mexican people, Chinese people, uh, Japanese people, how many other people y'all got? The Filipino people, everybody, right? Everybody's being given a cultural lesson, history background as to, how this Nova Scotia, Russia, Finland, Greenland, everybody. Everybody's being restructured on the history lessons, right? Everybody's being given what they need to be given, right? But in the process of that, what's also happening is they're showing you, giving you another demonstration as to, even in the process of that, I'm giving y'all the demonstration. I'm telling y'all what happened. Mind you, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to try to do it again. I'm going to try to do it again to y'all, but meanwhile, I'm doing it to y'all while I'm telling y'all the same exact information. Now, the thing that I love about, you being told is that now you can create different choices, right? You can create different outcomes of a situation because, like I said, when we're learning from them, they're also learning from us. The system is learning, right? They're learning, we're learning. As we adjust and then they adjust, everybody's adjusting. The message again says, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift your position, not just outcomes. So let's go back over here. The person's name is Balaam, 22 and 12. Let me see. It says, and God said unto Balaam that thou shalt not go with them, thou shalt not curse, because they was calling for him to come over here and curse these people. And the Lord opened his mouth of an ass, and he said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee? And thou hast smitten me 3 times, because, what you gonna do? Oh, because I just want to know. Because the donkey saw the angel, right? Is however they had the story. So he stopped because he knew that he was getting ready to get killed. God sent an angel. God sent an angel to get him up out of here. And so that's another thing. When y'all be talking about this and that, God has an army of angels that will, go get them, right? That's why I say God go get them. And so that's what the donkey was asking the guy, apparently. So y'all can read it for yourself. Just loosely translated, okay? Numbers 23 and 8. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord has not defied? Okay, because what was happening was he kept going to God and asking God, you moving around too much and it's starting to do that thing. That's why I'm asking, like, what's happening? God told him not to do something. They was calling, they gonna give extra money because I got money. Like, I got 5 on it. But if he didn't want the 5, and that back then 5 was a lot. So because now, he still wants the curses to be done. So now I'll double it and I'll give you more, okay? That's how the story being told. Anyway, God said no. Period. And if you talk to God, you're the connection between here and there. You do what God say. Ain't no way around, because remember I said I like loopholes. But guess what? On this one, it ain't no loophole. It was a hell to the no. It's the no, can't be done. But mind you, in this world, right, it's people that will take money, and they be like, that's the best, I think they call them, matter of fact, I ain't gonna name nobody. But the people that y'all can pay to put a hex and a curse on somebody, dumb people, right? And they don't go looking into nothing. They don't go confer with God, because at least this person went and conferred with God, right, about it. Mind you, also, just so y'all know, from what I have been told and everybody else many multiple times, they say that these people didn't exist, but meanwhile this one had a connection right to God. So again, look it up for yourself. But this one was talking to God, and this one was a seer that could see and communicate with God. But meanwhile, they told y'all that, So this is why you have to know some stuff even for yourself. But this is also why can't believe everything you read and can't believe everything you hear. It don't matter where it come from. Anyway, how shall I curse whom God has not cursed, and how shall I defy whom the Lord has not defied, right? Numbers 23:19. God is not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he shall repent. Hath he said, and he said, do not do it. Do not do it. Do not touch the people. Numbers 24:9. Blessed is he that blesses thee, and cursed is he who curses thee. They already told these people not to do certain things. They did it anyway because, they have the power. And, they don't believe in that anyway because it's just something that was given to y'all basically to, do whatever. Anyway, like I said, for me, I know God exists. This is why. There are certain things that I just know I couldn't do in my life, like without that. Times when I would have faltered or failed, God showed up, picked me up, gave me strength. I also told y'all a long, long time ago, many, many moons ago, I was driving along in my automobile, tears crying down from my face. I had given up. Fuck this place. Fuck everybody in it. Fuck the world. Don't ask me for shit. And I cuss sometimes. I'm trying to stop. God working on me. But those are the words that I was using at that time. So these are the words that I'm using to y'all right now. So it was between, a whole little thing had happened. I just thought that everything under the world had failed me, and I don't want to be here no more. So I'm riding along in my beautiful car, and it was pretty. It had rims and everything on it. Acura Vega. I ran that thing to New Jersey and everywhere, all over the world, like speeding. It was a stick too, just so y'all know. Anyway, long story short, I was going off real, real fast because at that point in time, I didn't care. I was just in the moment, and mentally, I just was over it. Fuck this place. So I had made the determination that whatever was going to happen was going to happen. I let the wheel go. And at the speed and the trajectory that when I let the wheel go, I should have went straight through the wall of a brick building of a store. I didn't care. God cared. And I know for a fact that that car should have never turned that curb. I had did this and closed my eyes. The car went around the curb and was on the road still. And I stopped crying. Did in that moment. And then I realized I got kids. Like, why did you think to do that? Why would you ever do that? And thank God that was the one and only time that I ever thought that I didn't want to be here. The only time. And so after that, it didn't matter what I had to go through. I was going to go through it because that was God showing me, like, I put your car, like, you here for a reason. I knew what you was going through. I know how you felt. I know how you love. I know this person just shattered your whole entire everything. Imagine being young and you loving somebody, and when I love, like, I be in love, right? And you loving somebody, and then you go to that person's house, and mind you, it's in the middle of the night, and thank God, because that's probably another thing that saved me, that it was in the middle of the night, wasn't too many people around. And that was, also my choice on not trying to do anything to anybody else, but everything had transpired. Anyway, I got to this person's house, and I was beautifully dressed and, feeling myself, and this person opened the door, and they told me to my face, I don't want you. I don't love you. I don't want to be with you. I despise everything about you. I cried. And mind you, the enemy has people surrounding your children right now. Little do y'all know. Like, they are on assignment. When you came into the world, when your beautiful bundle of joy came into this world, so did the thing that was, meant to try to destroy it. And this is one of the things I learned during, spiritual coaching and just in life in general, right? If I take myself out of here, that's my fault. And now there is no, return on your investment because you did that. And that's what the enemy wishes for you to do. Like, cut it short because it knows the fire, it knows the light, it knows everything, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because the person that opened that door and told me that, I didn't even like this mother. Even when I met him, I didn't like him. But somehow, something happened that transpired that let me end up loving this person in a way that I let them hold more value than I had. I let them tell me something that, good morning, Chico, I love you. I let this person hold value and space and weight to the tune of I was going to get rid of myself. But at that time, I didn't understand. I didn't understand how energy worked. And I already told y'all, like, I grew up being a person, like, I talked to the universe and stuff would happen. So that was a gift that I already had. Like, literally, I was very valuable to people being around me. That's the reason why people like being around me. They got stuff by being around me. I wish there were better guides. Brenda's Truth, hi, welcome, I love you, thank you for being here. John Will, love you, thank you for being here. Issa Bill, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. Um, and so this person should have probably never even been around me, but guess what? I had a friend that, when they liked their friend, they thought their friend was cute, and so that friend wanted to drag me around with them, and they wanted to go to the movies, and so because she didn't want to go to the movies with him, like literally everything in me did not like this person. I didn't like where they was from. I didn't like, they were cute. They definitely was a very handsome individual, but their area, everything, I just didn't like it. But somehow they got to spend enough time with me to where all of a sudden they treated me like they gave me the world. That beautiful car that I was driving, they bought it and paid for it. Took me to Philadelphia for one of the best birthday weekends of my life. Hotel, food, and what do you want? That was the gift. Like, literally, I done had, and this could be nothing to nobody, but when you're growing up and a dude spends a complete $10,000 on you in a weekend, like, that was a lot for, me because I didn't have that, but this person provided for me. They provided a life. But also in the process, be mindful, this is how the young black girl got to independence. Because everybody back then, and I was, I had pretty privilege, because pretty privilege is a thing. This person treated me nice to get me. And mind you, the funny part is even when I met that person, they was doing whatever we were doing. Like back then, I wasn't with nobody. I could make a phone call and I'll call this nigga group, this nigga group, and this nigga group. It's the groups of dudes, right? And whoever showed up first, that's who we gonna hang out with. Mind you, I wasn't sexing none of these people. But then you get a reputation for that because niggas be lying out here. So that's another thing. Be mindful of the fact that, and at least back then, it would people would be saying, "Oh, I did this, that, and the third." Didn't do that. Like the amount of whatever it was that they was giving me credit for, I didn't do that. But I also wasn't one to, even try to confront it because I don't give a damn what you think. At the end of the day, you're going to think what you want to anyway, regardless. No matter what I say. So do with that information and what you will. But mind you, I allowed a person to come into my life, spend my life upside down, and then I had to be reminded of who I was. Because when y'all think that people are not out here destiny swapping, men that lay with women and women that lay with men do it the most. Because all of a sudden, somehow, this man had took my shine, the shine that I had, because when this person was coming around, and not to say they didn't have their own, mine was just better. And so then I've never had a self-esteem problem. And that was the one and only time where I had a self-esteem problem. And do y'all know how long it took me to get unravel that mess that was? Mind you, then there was something else that happened. I started doing things that I wasn't proud of because of the fact that this person has now treated me in a way that, I devalued myself. But I was a young person. I was a young girl. And so, y'all, please teach y'all daughters. Y'all heard my son yesterday. I taught my son the right things, and now my son is telling me that everything that I told him was trash because y'all daughters don't know how to accept nothing. Y'all daughters don't know how to, be a woman. And now the son that was, taught to open doors and things of that nature now want to call y'all daughters bitches and hoes because they out here acting like bitches and hoes. And I told y'all that I had to tell a young girl one day that she's telling him he don't have to open the door, he don't have to. Yes, he do. And the fact of the matter is the only reason why I caught this was because I ended up going out with them. He was driving, and normally, I'll get in the back seat because I like being chauffeured, especially if my kids bring, they people or whatever, I'll get in the back. And so when my son came around the door to open the door for me and her, she told him he didn't have to open her door. Yes, the hell he do, and you need to get used to some shit. But now I can't tell him what to do or not do. He's a grown man, but because now he's a grown man and now he has realized that, mind you, just so y'all know, blessings and curses, because when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift position, not just outcomes. That same child, right, is a product of the same nigga that I was getting ready to take myself up out of here for, right? That same child I tried to take up out of here. And the reason why it didn't go the traditional way to make sure is because I told y'all before, I had been doing a whole lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing, right? And one of the times I laid on that table, and this is where connections and people that you sleep with, that you don't want to have kids with, stop sleeping with them. Because if you don't want to have a child with them, don't lay with them. And I don't mean this kid. I'm going to tell you what happened with this kid. But there was a person that I was having, relations with for 3 years, right? Mind you, this man watched me grow up. So that's the difference, all right? They didn't touch me when I was young. They waited until I got 20-something. But this man watched me grow up from the time I was 13 years old. That's the thing. There's these old dude, and I ain't saying nothing about the person because, we it was cool. Either way, but still, these grown, nasty men, because like I said, that there is already assignments on your children, on your daughters, on your sons. This man watched me grow up from the time I was 13 years old, run around on Queen Street, jumping double dutch and all types of other stuff, right? He was one of the, dudes walking around there doing that stuff, which is why I turned out to be, loving on, certain type of, a group of men. I like them boys, right? But because as I was playing double dutch and jacks and things of this nature on the corner of where my house was, across the street, like right there, you could see so everybody knew everybody, right? All right, so when they watching me play double dutch, I'm watching this person. They done, mess with this person that I know. They done mess with this person that I know. Like, it's a lot going on. Anyway, long story short, later on, I ended up dealing with this person, right? For a long period of time, for like 3 years, right? Nobody knew at all, period. Anyway, long story short, accident. And in the accident, I already told y'all this story one time before, that the person tried to force me to have a baby with them. I didn't want to have a baby with them. So because I didn't want to have a baby with them, when I got, I went to them people. And so why was I messing with a person that I knew I didn't want to have children with? Because they paid me and they took good care of me, basically. They was funding my life. And so as they were funding my life, but mind you, this is the thing. It wasn't even that type of relationship. It was they would call and I would go visit, and we would be together. This person would tell me everything about their life, da 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 da, lay in my lap, fall asleep, all of that. So we had like I don't know what you want to call it, but moral to the story is, watch y'all children, watch y'all girls, watch y'all sons, right? Anyway, so as I'm laying on that table, right, long story short, your girl was up out of here. And at this time, I was determined that I wanted to live my life, right? So as I'm laying on the table and I can feel my life dwindling, like I'm dying on this table, and I start negotiating with God, like real quick. God, please, like if you just please help me, da 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 this, da 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 that. Like, mind you, I didn't hit that table so many times. So between this person and this person, the stories could be getting mixed up, but at the end of the day, still, I shouldn't have been on that table, right? As many times I was on that table. So now I got probably, little star beings running around here because, I didn't send them back to heaven because I made that decision. And, not for nothing, somebody would look at me and say, that's messed up that she did that as many times as, she did. Well, I'm conditioning and I'm a product of my environment. So when you're a product of my environment, I only ever wanted 2 kids, but I have 4. And long story short, 2 of those, the middle ones were planned. That was it. That was all. So do with that information what you will. But all of them, I'll go balls to the wall for. Okay. So the first one, when I had that one, I was very, very young. That one actually saved my life because I couldn't imagine being me, the person that I was, pretty privileged, knowing how to speak to the universe. Oh, they would have got me good. Like I would have been over there, like, what I'm saying, really flexing on y'all. Okay. So thank God the first one grounded me. The first one made me better because I became more responsible. But anyway, long story short, one day I was laying on that table and my life was basically, and I started negotiating. I'll never do this again. Da 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 da. Whatever you got to do, God, please, please just hear me. I'm crying because I'm dying. I felt myself dying. And then I felt myself telling God everything. So anyway, long story short, I gave y'all the next scenario. Like, for all the credit that everybody gave me for all the, this, that, I ain't never had a threesome, I ain't never had a foursome, I ain't never had a, but I done been in places where, shit be happening, right? But anyway, long story short, I was in one of them places where stuff be happening. And so the person that I was there with, that I should have, been with, I wasn't. And the person that they was with, vice versa. And so I ended up getting pregnant again, right? And so this time I'm saying, I'm not even with this person. And so, damn, now I'm pregnant. My boyfriend is this person, but I'm pregnant by this person. And we was both to blame because we was both there. It was Usher, Let It Burn. You know what I'm saying? When that CD came out, everything was, I think that you, no, it was Confessions. These are my confessions. Just when y'all do not understand how music plays a big part. So let's just say a lot of Usher confessions being told, a lot of, ecstasy in the air, in the body, and voila, pregnancy happens, right? Well, damn, that's fucked up because this my nigga and that's my baby daddy. All right, long story short, my nigga, I'm telling him, like, I really don't want to have a baby, and you know, let's figure out what we're going to do. So, you know, let's, and you do it as hard as you can. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, none of the shit worked. All it did was made me bleed. Mind you, I bled the whole entire time I was pregnant. So anyway, long story short, on this end, I'm calling the baby daddy and I'm telling him, guess what? Right now, I'm pregnant. It's your baby. We know it's your baby because this nigga can't have no babies. So guess what's gonna have to happen? Me and you gonna have to get married because I can't have 4 kids and not have a husband because that's embarrassing and it don't make sense. So we get married. All right. And I can show y'all real proof in real time that I'm not joking about none of this. The nigga that I was dating at the time is actually in my wedding, which I later married him. Okay. So just so y'all know, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift positions, not just outcomes. Mind you, let's go up here. So in my wedding photos, it is the nigga that I was actually with when I was, you know, when I got pregnant by somebody else. Let me see where we at over here. So, it says, because this was my favorite part of this whole entire message. Mind y'all, just so y'all know I'm not sick. As soon as I get up from here, it'll stop doing it. A blessing from God isn't permission based. It doesn't require approval from people, systems, or enemies. What God establishes, no human word, jealousy, or manipulation have the authority to undo. A curse spoken or unspoken only has power if it finds permission. You are not authorized. Say it with me, team. Y'all been hearing me say it the whole entire time. They are not authorized. All right? You have to give these people permission. And also in the process, what I say before, you can't leave the house because if you flee the house, guess what? You give them authority to take whatever it is that they're going to take. Mind you, now in the process, why are y'all white people trying to run out of the country? And I can show y'all that that's happening too. And I ain't judging, but I am judging. Because why are y'all trying to run out of the country instead of standing your ground and doing what needs to be done and now reversing what y'all have allowed to happen? And I'm going to show you why, because now they're actually revoking people's passports and some other stuff. And the only people crying about their passports being revoked is it look like white people. Because y'all want to now flee because y'all don't want to have to play the part that y'all are being required to play. Y'all are going to have to play the part. All the world is a stage. Y'all acted like y'all didn't see it, and now it's being done. And again, my hands are clean. You can't be mad at me for pointing out where you have been complacent. If it wasn't done, nobody could see it to say it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So don't be mad at the messenger because I can articulate the fact that you have allowed for so many years for your privilege to be a thing. A curse spoken or unspoken only has power if it finds permission, fear, belief, guilt, or alignment. When you are aligned with God's favor, there is nothing for the curse to attach to. It falls to the ground. Human words are temporary. God's word is creative and eternal. Once God declares favor, protection, or purpose over you, no lesser voice can override it. Let me tell you how. So as I'm, now going through the situation where did nothing but now force myself to bleed because, I done let this person do whatever they was doing to me. Now I'm getting ready to get married because I got to get married because I can't be out here. It's just not right? It's not sanitary. It's not sanitary. It has to be, it has to look right? Either way, long story short, got married, baby comes through hell and high water. Like, this child fought to be here. Little did I know. Because, God sends pharaohs, kings, and all of that stuff, through the womb. the portal, right? Anyway, a whole lot transpired, back and forth and a bunch of, mess and this, that, and the third. And y'all already know how the argument's gonna go when, again, I was with this nigga, but this one got me pregnant. Then I married this nigga, and this one was in my wedding. And then this one started doing whatever they wanted to do. And then meanwhile, I'm also creating my own little havoc because, I mean, it sounds like a lot of mess. And let's just be honest. Like, my mess probably, I'm sure, is not even compared to a lot of mess, but shit, it was a lot. Mind you, I'm also a person who everybody gonna be around and everybody gonna get along. Because we're around and we're getting along because of the children, right? Because I don't give a damn what none of y'all do as long as the kids get raised properly. Alright? That's like even with my kids. I taught my kids, all of them, and I told them, one, don't have no kids. Live your life. Guess what? They wanted to have kids. Well, when they got arguing with the people and, they want me to pick sides, I ain't picking no side because now y'all done brought this little bundle in here and now all my concern is this. So you work it out, and you should have figured out that y'all didn't want to do this before y'all got here. So ask them. My kids will tell you. Like, I ain't picking no sides. Now, my kids is my kids. They always going to be my kids. But you allowed this person in. You allowed this entity into the family. So now, since you allowed the entity into the family, the entity now, holds a little weight because now there's a little baby thing running around here. And that's all my concern is. Because now I was the vessel that was allowed to bring these vessels in here. And now these vessels was allowed to bring these vessels in here. And so now I have to be, diplomatic in a situation. It's not my shit, right? Anyway, so long story short, all of this stuff transpires, I'm gonna skip some spaces because then, we can get into it later on another story. Somehow, so I married that one, got divorced, moved away, ended up here, then married the one that was in my wedding that I was with beforehand. So now that baby that I got pregnant with is now turning 17 by the time I'm marrying this other person, or 16, somewhere around there, right? Anyway, long story short. Now, just so y'all know, the enemy, damn it, the enemy be on assignment, right? And so, the enemy being on assignment, see what I'm saying? Scared the shit out of me. Anyway, something fell. The enemy be on assignment, right? And so when the enemy is on assignment, the enemy still has to carry out what they have done. So I got all types of warnings. All types of warnings. People were sent. Kids were talking. Everybody was talking. Everybody said, what they said. Meanwhile, I still had to live through whatever it was. So this was my journey, my task. I had to deal with it, right? So this was closing out a cycle in a story or a situation. Still playing out in some fashions because I'm still dealing with some of the repercussions of what I did, marrying a person, right? Anyway, long story short, if it wasn't for that very child that I was getting ready to allow that person to try to take up out of here, or try to get that person to take up out of here, that child fought and held on for dear life, because little did I know that was going to be the very thing that saved my life. 17 years later. Like, we don't know why God does a thing. And it's not until it's played out that we can say, now I see why. So I didn't know and I didn't understand, like, previously, because what I said to this person, when I met this person, somehow I got downloaded with some information, right? And I told this person, you killed me in a previous life. Mind you, I was so sure about it. But mind you, in this life, I'm loving this person, and I'm saying to this person, this time I want to get it right. Because what I got downloaded with, y'all, I had a whole, listen. And this funny part about it is, this is how I know God exists in all things. And I'm going to give y'all 2 reasons why, and then I'll finish that story. So a long time ago, before all of this stuff transpired, and me and this person was having the best life ever, right? This person always played on the dark side, right? Always. Although they represent, and they will, represent as light, but they will tell you, if you get to know this person, or you will pick up if you ever get to know this person, that they've always played on the dark side, right? Even their stories about babies when they grew up and everything else, right? So one night, and this is how, when y'all are having spiritual, sexual encounters, and you are who you are and they are who they are, and little do y'all know, some of these people know who they are before they even enter into your realm, right? Because literally the way we circled each other was crazy. Mind you, the story's told on my Spotify, just so y'all know. We circled each other from the time I was young, and it was weird. So anyway, one night, and I don't know what New Year this is, and mind you, it's always on their New Year. So just so y'all know, that's how certain I am that whatever gets put up in the universe, there something is being done on that transition. So when they tell you it's this going into this, and everybody says that's not the original New Year, I don't give a damn. They done whatever they done. This is why so many people glitch at that time. Mind you, you'll be very aware and very coherent while the magic is being done in your face. So long story short, we were on a transition of a new year. I don't know which one it was. It was a long time ago. All I know is me and this person were in the mix, getting it done. And could have been the alcohol, but I promise you it wasn't. The whole fucking room started spinning. And mind you, to the tune of, I was on, cowgirl mission, right? And the rhythm, the frequency, and mind you, because when I go to hotels and things of this nature, I bring a whole kit. All right, I like candles, I like stereo, I like the scent, the smells, everything. So mind you, everything already set up, but something happens, and anyway, long story short, it's pitch black. Something is happening where you can still see the light, this, that, and the third, the rhythm, the changing of whatever spiritual moment. Everything is spinning. Mind you, I'm not the only person feeling it. They're feeling it too. I got scared. Why? Something kept telling me, like, if you complete this, you're going to be too far gone. Like, you're going to be over there. So, you know how you get initiated into something that you may not or may or may not know? It was almost like it was a ritual being done, and mind you, it was going fast. Like, whatever was happening, it was spiraling out of control. That's why the room started spinning. Anyway, long story short, I stopped because I wasn't completing whatever that was. The person asked me, why did I stop? I was scared. That, like, to be honest, that was the honest truth. Why did you stop? I was scared. Anyway, long story short, many years later, and this is now adult years, and maybe about 5 years ago, I had made the decision with the person that if we could ever make that happen again, I was gonna go all the way, and we was just gonna figure out what happened. So now that is also letting y'all know, like, sometimes we make decisions that, God is already questioning us about. Mind you, I had already been warned by God that is going to be something that does something to you. And you know what I said? Let me love it. Maybe it's never been loved right. Like I said that. Wrote a story about it. It's over there too, right? I'll love it. I'll love it. Maybe it hasn't ever been loved right. Because y'all don't understand, when something is not loved right from the beginning, maybe it just needs me. Like, that's how I felt. No ma'am, no ham, won't do it again. I promise you that. Because if it ain't love right, ain't nothing I can do with you. Gonna have to call your mama, because your mama gonna have to, undo what the hell she did. That's the only person that's gonna fix it. You're gonna have to go hug her ass. Anyway, long story short, when this particular year was coming about, and this child now exists in the world. So now I'm back with the person that I got pregnant with. So they was there on the night of my conception. This is the person that, was there, but I didn't have a baby by them. I had a baby with the person that could give me a baby, because they can't have babies. All right, so now that very baby is now turning into a man, and this person has now come along to disrupt everything in my life. The peace, the purpose, the everything. And little did I know I was about to go through something else, a whole nother spiritual embodiment. And this child, that child that y'all see that just came hug me, he hugged me every morning. That child that I was so adamant about, trying to, because I didn't know how to have another baby. Like, I didn't want to have another baby. I was literally struggling, trying to do what I needed to do for me, out doing whatever I was doing. And I just told you, a lot of ecstasy and things of that nature, liquor and everything else. I was having a good time, living my life. Like, why you going to try to bring a baby into that? Little did I know the baby had to be here, because that baby was going to save my ass 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Because when I glitched on the next term, that was all I had to look forward to. That's the thing that pulled me out of whatever that was, because I had to focus. When everybody was calling me crazy and everybody was saying what's wrong with her and everything else, that child was the only thing that was here with me, that while I was working and I had to make sure that, I'm sane, because people are saying that I'm not, this child that I tried to get rid of many, many years ago is the only thing that's protecting me in heaven, because God knew I needed something. People can speak against you, they can plot, they can misunderstand, they can envy, but they cannot access what God has sealed. They may talk around the blessings, but they never can get through it. So just so y'all know, this person later on in life, right? And this is how a lot of things unravel. People be wicked, and they be wicked from the gate. This person knew that they never had access to put their hands on my child, ever, right? And anytime I was around, they never even acted like they would even flinch to try to hit my child, right? So now, later on, because my child, that son, never liked that person, ever. And so there was never really nothing that I saw that was, it was like he would just stay away from him, right? The person would stay away from him. And their dad was still around. Long story short, they felt comfortable enough to tell me, after, I had married this person and now my child is a certain age, that they beat my son when I wasn't around. Things started to unravel. It was starting to unravel, because then I looked at my son and I said, did he beat you? And my son, I can't remember what he said. I don't know if he said he told me or anything else like that, but the person now felt like it was okay, because now my son is, a certain age or whatever, this, then a third, yada, I don't know. But that was the first thing I didn't like, because y'all, people be doing stuff to your kids behind the scenes, and I ain't never beat my son. So why'd you feel comfortable enough to tell me that you put your hands on my kid? Why wouldn't you tell me then that you put your hands on my kid? All right, that was one. Two, the person looks me in my face during this time and tells me that I told demons, and this ain't no exaggeration, I'm saying it how they said it. I told demons that I would bring you to them if they gave me what I wanted. Why do they tell you? Why do they have to tell you? Because they have to tell you. It ain't no sugarcoating it. It ain't no nothing. So he said it. And when he said it, I said, why would you do that? It wasn't like that. Name another way that it could be. So within the past 5 years, it's been 5 years, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7 years. Time is going up there. So I must be getting ready to go through another cycle because it's a 10-year cycle. Anyway, not with that. But anyway, the person looked me in my face and said that. Now, anybody else, y'all would think, run, right? I didn't run. Mind you, this should let you know how in this realm I have been, right? Or we have been. I made note of it. Now, the thing that I didn't start making note of, but it wasn't until later, I now can relate the spiritual glitch to God waking me up and showing me, like, right in my face. So the thing that threw me is that God puts certain things into me. I'm a lover of love. Remember, I told you, I know how to love. I know how to love. So now I got, little, when they tell you spirit babies and this, that, and the third running around and, listen, I got a whole nother story about that. Because when they want to come, they still come, okay? Anyway, person said that. Then I'm driving in my big truck. This person is around. Literally, I start to have a smell. I smell something that was different. I'm relating it to this person. Wasn't the person. Then there was Tyler. Tyler kept showing up. And Tyler, for some reason, lo and behold, one of the ladies, but I think it was also different. So there was a spirit named Tyler that kept being around me. And so one of the ladies off of my channel ended up telling me that Tyler was her child. I don't know if that Tyler was her child, but Tyler kept showing up. Mind you, it gave truth to the name because when she showed up and she gave me the name, because I didn't know the name, I just knew that there was a spirit that was around, right? I could hear it. I can smell it. Don't know how I developed that. All I know is that once I start paying attention to it, I became very aware of this is the smell of whatever this is. And so when she came up, she gave a name to Tyler because everything that I kept describing in my messages was relating to that. But how God started working on me and showing me about Tyler is Tyler kept showing up, helping me in the real world. And it was multiple different Tylers. It was weird. All right, so one night, I got locked out of my big truck. And so we went in to take a shower, and as we're in there taking a shower, I forgot the keys were inside of the big truck. So now the big truck is running, keys in it, we ain't got it. I go to buy a Jimmy from the truck stop where we was, and I get to the desk, Tyler is there. The man's name is Tyler. Tyler gives me the Jimmy, we get into the truck, everything cool. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden, a broker named Tyler now shows up. Now, in the midst of all the loads being like nothing, like at this time, there was something happening in trucking. It was starting to, get a little saturated or messed up or something. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get a broker named Tyler that is now giving me loads that are, high dollar. That happened. One day something is happening, it just starts talking, and my front seat, this person is asleep in a bed, and then now it is like Tyler is riding with me in my front seat, but I'm not saying anything. But the thing is that it keeps showing up because it's showing up in names, it's showing up on billboards, it's showing up in the most randomest places. Tyler. All right. So after a while, and then the thing that happened, and when I fully like, I heard God so clear, right? One day. And this is what God said to me. Because the person that was sitting next to me that was lying to me saying that they love me um was really trying to, take me out the game, right, in real life. And so there was the smell again. So the smell is coming across, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out, whatever. I'm standing outside. Mind you, long story short, days have passed. Days have passed, and I don't even know that days have passed. I'm at work, but something is happening in the time, with the time, that either the days are just going by too fast or something, but it was like almost like this. I blinked, it's this day. It was December the 8th. I always remember it because literally it almost seems like my brain switched back on. And although I was on and I was aware, like up into them days, for some reason, it was like I wasn't there. I was walking through life without being in my body. December the 8th, 2021, my brain switched back on. And I'm standing beside my truck, right beside the trailer. And I hear God so clearly, get away. Get away from them. I don't say nothing. I'm just sitting there. But mind you, this is like one of another episode that's about to happen, because literally I'm waking up in the middle of the night and I'm behind this person and I'm listening to them talk to people and thinking that I'm asleep. So there's stuff transpiring that people are setting up even in the midst of. But this particular time, right, when I'm standing by the truck and they tell me, ask him this. So I asked the question. Y'all, when God shows you favor and God puts his hand on you, her hand on you, the universal hand on you, whatever it is you feel, it's only one to me, but however you describe it, when God covers you in a way that is telling you something, believe it. It don't matter who says what. It don't matter what they're doing, what you're doing. When God gives you the out, take it. Mind you, everything lined up. Everything lined up. And so they said what they said. I was only saying what I was being told to say. Because by this time, remember, I had been walking through life for almost 2 weeks, I think, not knowing, like, I was spaced out. And when my brain switched on, it was very much working, very much coherent, to the tune of, I had a dream that night. And they told me, do not say nothing to this person, because if you tell this person this dream, they're going to know that you're awake. Sometimes you be sleeping with the enemy. Sometimes, and the person will say, oh, she believes in fairy tales. And I do. But I was very much in the know on that one, because literally after I came back, it was so many other people that had already played a part in certain things that was happening, that when they started explaining to me, like I already told y'all, I could tell y'all a whole lot of stuff, but I ain't never once in my entire life did no cocaine. Ever. Ever. But mind you, if in fact I had OD'd or anything else from that, somebody already had it lined up, telling people in my neighborhood, or they had an alibi already lined up. The people already told me. And so when I asked the people, I said, why did you ever think that I would have done that? Well, I figured you was doing something new, because you was, hanging out with. One thing that I ain't never had an issue with is telling y'all nothing, because at the end of the day, God know. And if God know, who the hell are you? What are you going to do? You have nothing you can do. You ain't got a heaven or hell to put me in. At this point, with everything that's happening around here, like, you can't even threaten me with death, because listen, anything might be better than that, but I ain't gonna do it, because guess what? At the end of the day, I love my life, and I got stuff that I gotta do, and I got to finish. God left me here for a reason. I got stuff that I gotta do. I can tell y'all a multitude of things that I have done in life or in the world. I was a young person growing up. I was a person that, could understand, but without even knowing why I understood. And maybe there should have been more guides. Maybe there should be more teachers. There are now. Whether or not people are going to listen to them is up to them. Even when people come into this realm, and I kept saying to people, and I don't know if y'all know it or not, like when they were doing this, the young people at a massive alarming rates. Can you imagine? You know how when people say they've been here before? Can you imagine recycling back into this place and this is what it is now? Can you imagine if you recycle back into this place and it's whatever this is about to be? So the reason why I'm telling y'all to take a stand on it now, because if there's any chance in you having to recycle and it's worse off, you're not going to stand a fighting chance. Because they already learned from us. You already seen where it said the Great Awakening. Have y'all ever seen this many people awake at the same time? To the tune of some of these people were showing up in here and they can tell you who they were in a past life. All you have to do is start listening to them and stop thinking they're crazy. Literally, they have documentation of kids showing up and telling their parents how they, passed away here. They go look at the documentation and it's exactly what those children said. Why are y'all not listening? It's like a game to people. Oh, they're an old soul. These kids raising y'all better than y'all raised the kids. They're old soul. This person has great grandma. So if you're not willing to fight for nothing, fight for yourself. Because if this is what they're doing and you're going to recycle back into this place. But then on the other hand, guess what? We might not even have to do anything. But do you want to take that risk and that chance? Because what if the thing that God has already done was made everybody aware? That's what I gave you. I gave you awareness. I showed you the plot. I showed you the plan. Because they're telling us this right in our face while also doing the very thing that they already said they did. And everybody's sitting and looking at it. But meanwhile, when I said to everybody, I told y'all white people, I'm not trying to single y'all out and I'm not racist at all, period. But y'all have to fix what y'all have done. Whether or not y'all like it or not. Y'all can't call for the YNs. Y'all have to call for the YCs. Because guess what? Show us that you for real about it. And then there's another thing that my eyes has also spied. And y'all can take it how it resonates and y'all can, do with this information what you will. Again, don't be mad at me because I ain't saying nothing other than the fact on this is what I seen, this is what I saw. I didn't do it. I'm just able to show y'all and tell y'all how it happened, right? All right. So the enemy of my enemy is not my friend, right? And so recently everybody's calling for, and y'all figure it out for yourselves because I said there's a Trojan horse. Everything's not being told, and we can't do anything until we, know the answers. We know all the truth, right? So I saw the video and they said, these people said that they're against us. These people are now saying, F y'all, all in this area around here, right? So all of these people are against us. But not too long ago, people were friends, right? They were friends with this, like literally to the tune of they admired everything about this person. So they were friends. Now, y'all know that person with the P don't F around, right? They have a character that they play, and they are, right? We all know. So the person admired these people. They spent time together to the tune of, the person that they laid with come from the same place, right? All right. So if I wanted to, the enemy of my enemy is not my friend, but they done broker deals between the two, I'm going to make y'all think that I'm against that. And so now we get ready to, the number 3, right? Meanwhile, the gag is they're on the same team because we already see what's happening. They're on the same team. They're going to get everybody here riled up. They're going to send in the people to make it look like we are against, them. Meanwhile, they on the same team already. So when they try it, it's us against them. But the person that's here is trying to act like that it is us. No, no, ma'am, no ham. When they started, let them start it. Period, point blank. Because at the end of the day, let's see what you got. Like, don't fall for that. Do not fall for that. And just so y'all know, if I was in control of, and this is just, me, and y'all can say what y'all want, right? If I was in control and the enemy of my enemy is not my friend, because I told y'all when them people started giving us information, they want something from us. They didn't tell us because they was just being nice and friendly. Oh, no, 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 no. Because if they was telling us because they were being nice and friendly, they would have been told us. Like, you wouldn't have been hiding information from us. You wouldn't be treating our people, my people, the black people, the way y'all be treating the people, right? And again, I didn't make it about black and white. I didn't make it about Asian, China. I didn't make it about none of this. This was already in store and already here when I got here, right? When I showed up to the party, all right? Now, if I was the person that was, saying or trying to do, and I know the enemy of my enemy is not my friend, I would tell my troops to go in, show your presence, but you fall back. Let them exhaust their, energy, time, money, everything. And then once they have, got it down to numbers that we could, we gonna go on they ass too. So if I was in control, that's what I would do. Because the enemy of my enemy is not my friend. You are really my enemy. You're not my ally, but I need you because in order to make my forces bigger, I need your help to go on them. And I don't mean we gonna let y'all go back and prepare. I mean, for my group, once, they got it to now, we all make sure that ain't nobody but us. That's how we win. Do with that information what you will. So let's be mindful that as the system is learning from us, we are learning from the system. And if the system has always had no good value, I'm going to have to be inclined to believe that it still has no good value. And so the truth, we love it. Thank you. It's important, but let's not be stupid. Let's not be dumb. And the word dumb came about because it said, where is it at? Somewhere over here. No voice. No, let me see. Meaning of dumb. The meaning of dumb was, the word dumb can have a few different meanings depending on context. Lacking intelligence, stupid. This is the most common usage in casual speech. For example, that was a dumb mistake, because if we are watching behaviors, and remember I told you there's got to be a behavioral specialist somewhere around here, because literally I started doing this thing, right? And the behavioral specialist is paying attention to how everybody's moving, how everybody thinks, this, that, and a third. And if you know that a particular person that keeps spewing information out of their mouth, lacking intelligence, they're giving the play while they're giving the play. Y'all been seeing it. Same thing I just did. I gave y'all the play without giving y'all the play. But meanwhile, they sitting in front of everybody saying, this is what we did, but this is what we're doing too. So that person would believe, because they don't believe that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They believe that they have allies in certain places, because guess what? Before I, hit them jail cell doors, I'll get everybody up out of this piece. That's the behavior. And so, you know, kill, steal, destroy. Remember I said kill, steal, destroy has a phase. And before anything takes place to where they are going to be in trouble for anything, everybody going to be gone. But meanwhile, when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift your position, not just outcomes. Okay, so now we're going to go back because everything is happening at the same time. And I know it's a lot, but guess what? We have to be intelligent. We have to be emotionally responsible. We have to be aware. We have to be observant. We have to be all of these things, even in the midst of. So, it said originally dumb did not come from Old English. Dumb, which originally meant mute, unable to speak. It's related to the Proto-Germanic word dumbaz, D-U-M-B-A-Z, and the Proto-Indo-European root word Dehuba. I don't know how to pronounce this word. It is D-H-E-U-B-H, which carried the idea of silent or stupefied. Originally, dumb did not mean stupid at all. It was purely about speechlessness. And I'm speechless at this moment. Because I feel like, you know, over time, in Middle English, the word began to acquire the sense of being senseless or lacking intelligence. Likely because the old stereotype, someone who couldn't speak, was assumed to be slow or unintelligent. All right, so then, all right, back to the blessing. God's blessings versus curses. Because we also talked about in the scripture that they have been, you know, following for so long, that there was a time, once upon a time, when they got told not to do certain things and they still did it anyway. Okay? So, people can speak against you, plot, misunderstood, or envy, but they cannot access what God has sealed. They may talk around the blessing, but never through it, right? So they can't talk it, they can't touch it. It's the people who, again, they will pay. So a lot of y'all may have felt like you know, may have been cursed by a person. A lot of people, because something happened the other day with the internet, right? And apparently, and that's a thing. Apparently everybody, instead of thinking that the internet had a problem, everybody thought their ex was trying to access their phones. Which also goes to show and tell you how so many people's journeys are doing this, like at the same time, because the comments were crazy, right? So a curse tries to limit outcomes. A blessing changes who you are positioned as. Now that's a mouthful all on its own, right? A curse tries to limit outcomes. A blessing changes who you are positioned as. When God elevates, covers, or appoints someone, attacks don't remove the blessing. They often reveal it. How many times have I said to y'all that every time they try to undo something or they try to put in the system to do something against, it keeps helping? Pay attention. They try to do this thing where, you know, crack is whack. Remember, they put that on the streets, all these other things. They try to make it seem like, you know, it was this, that, or the third. But everything ended up revealing itself. So then they had to do something else. Then it was, you know, the house in Virginia, HR, you know, all of the things. But every time, which is weird to me, because this is a thing. So genetically, right, however they go through and scientifically say this is this and that is also questionable. And I'm going to say this because literally it made me jump to the women, because they have been doing scientific stuff, and now women are being shown that they should not do cold plunges and this, that, and the thirds, because it does stuff to our bodies. It don't affect men in the same way that it don't affects women. We don't have the same, you know, makeup, right? But they kept saying this is good for your body, this is da 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 da, but scientifically they only did studies on a certain group of people. Are y'all not tired yet? Or are y'all ready? Because this is the thing. I already said to the people, you know, that know and watch my channel, like where it was exhaustion, we don't have that in our system anymore because we learning from the system. So now we're ready. Whatever is going to happen, whatever is meant to be, whatever is going to be, da 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 da. We are no longer tired. We are ready. But some of y'all are just now getting to the tired version because you just now realize, or you just now are trying to be aware, or you're just now trying to be aware or not be complacent in the fact that this was already happening. So none of this is new. It's all been the same exact thing, but it wasn't happening to these people. And like I said, the thing was, who was it ever going to be okay for it to happen to? That's been the question. My aunt has been saying it since this whole entire thing's been playing out. That's the number one question this lady has been saying. Also, same exact thing, watch them undo themselves. So now they're fighting against each other, like, against themselves because, oh, this happened. And so now there's a whole big crowd. But meanwhile, we already been telling y'all. We already been stating it. You know what I love that happened yesterday? Let me see if I got this, because they showed this lady. And again, not saying anything, but this is where people have to be accountable for their stuff. So they got the little Spanish lady, the one that was up there saying, vote for, don't vote for, vote for. They got her when she was doing that, and now they got her again crying and saying they got used in this, that, and the third. No, you as a grown-ass bitch. A grown-ass bitch. You know the difference between right and wrong. You got sold a ticket from the beginning to sit your ass there, and now, and anybody that's saying that's harsh, she was a grown-ass bitch. I know it's somebody's mama, so am I. I'm a grown-ass bitch. A grown-ass woman. A grown-ass, I understand that when they come to pay you, just do this. Just be the face of this. Meanwhile, are you not listening? Like, do you not hear? Mind you, the man up there got her arms up. He got his hand all around the waist. Like, I see so many infractions, but she's happy until she's not. Well, eat the cake, anime. You're going to have to eat the cake. And like I said, I'm not mad at nobody telling the truth. Everybody has to tell the truth. That's why I said right here, like, everybody, whatever is being done, I'm going to be right here, because at the end of the day going to end, and God going to keep revealing all of these things. But you can't be mad now after the fact when you was happy-go-lucky, and now you mad that, little whoever the hell that was, and I'm a person, so I feel, right? But I felt for you, I had discernment for you before we got here, because you were being told. Mind you, again, I'm thankful because they've been saying it. That man ain't never not said nothing. He keep telling the truth. Whether or not you listen or not is your own. That's up to you. So let's see if we can find a little lady, because she was hype and she was happy, and then she wasn't. She was sad, and now she crying. And I'm sure if y'all look her up, y'all can find it, because it wasn't that hard to find. She was probably one of the main ones that was on the campaign, like, hyping it up, this, that, and the third. But now she's not so happy anymore. Why are you not happy anymore, lady? You should have the same enthusiasm as you did from the beginning, because you said that they was going to help you. But now she's telling the real truth. And what she said was, they told them this. How y'all keep listening to they told you this, but mind you, they saying what they saying right while they saying it. It's weird. They hear one thing and then but they're making deals. That's the thing. They're brokering deals behind the scenes, because that's what that is. That has to be what that is, because ain't no other way. You hear out loud, but then you broker deals behind the scenes, and then you upset with yourself that you fell for that. You shouldn't be upset, ma'am. You got what you got. You got exactly what you asked for. You got not listening and not paying attention. Mind you, again, it was okay for somebody else. Why was it okay for somebody else? You're not a good person if it's okay for somebody else. It's not okay for nobody. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and human decency is human decency. It should not matter. So you can't say that, it's okay as long as it don't happen to me, and then when it start happening to you, when people told you that it was going to happen to you, because y'all heard what the lady said. Don't let the vampires in. They already said what they said. I can't find it, but all you have to do is probably go look up the lady if y'all know who it is. Oh, okay. And so then here's another thing. It's everything that I shared right recently. So then this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but it still goes into when God blesses you, you know, whatever. Y'all, we can't keep being in people's business when it comes to men and women and relationships and this, that, and the third, because we never know. Oh, this is one of the things.
Archbishop, don't please me. This is sacred ground. Nobody wants trouble here. Let's.
Why keep being people? Why y'all keep messing with the priest and this, that, and the third? Because I seen also a video there was a black man messing with the priest and everything too. So anyway, there's a popular couple or whatever that's running around here and they're getting a divorce apparently, right? Oh, this is what the man said. Hold on.
And said, "What did you say?" I said, "I'm not afraid." And they pointed a gun in my face. ICE put handcuffs on my hands and put me in a black SUV. And then a few moments later, they came back and they said, "Are you afraid yet?" And I said, "No." And then they said it. "Well, you're white. You wouldn't be fun anyway." It was then that I knew that this staging, that these ICE raids are really about fear and intimidation.
But where are the police though in all the cities and states that are supposed to protect their people? Because Philadelphia just now issued that you won't be coming over there doing any of that. This the lady.
Hispanic and I vote for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump. Yes, Mr. Trump. We love you. We love you. On the way to the White House. Beyond betrayal. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign.
How do you not make it political and it was political? You like, this is what I'm saying. And don't know who it is. I know it's somebody, mama, somebody, abuela, something. But this is dumb. This is stupid. Like literally, I don't want to make it political. Bitch, it's political. You put yourself in a political situation, but that's because y'all wanted to buy into. And again, it don't make it right on no aspect, but don't, do this after the fact. Still have the same enthusiasm.
The elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people.
He was not going to touch the documented people, so it was okay. Like even y'all people, whoever she belonged to, she was selling y'all out. So I hope y'all heard and seen that too, because literally it was cool for the undocumented. So it didn't even have nothing to do with me. I'm just letting y'all know to be very aware that she was selling y'all out even still. She said they weren't going to touch the undocumented people. So friends, family of hers, if you were undocumented, she didn't give a damn about you. And so this is where we have to be mindful that sometimes it be our own friends and our own family that don't give a damn about us, because as long as it's not happening to them, and those was her words. So if it's a lie, she said it. They told her, they brokered deals behind the scenes. And again, I ain't mad at the people that did it, because, they doing what they doing. But this is where the sneakiness comes in at, because she brokered a deal against her own people. So, or did y'all miss that? Because if you need it on repeat.
Beyond betrayal. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people.
He was not going to touch the documented people. So she knew that they were coming. So let's act like we are aware and we can hear what she said. He was not. So they already told her. They told her what was going to happen. She brokered a deal for her safety, not for her friends and family that were undocumented safety. So act like y'all heard what she said. Because it's going to be some people that act like, you know what I'm saying, oh, it was other people. No, it wasn't even the black people, because guess what? We are documented. We already been here. So the deal that she made was against her own people. Let that sink in. It had nothing to do with black people. Black people ain't got nothing to do with that. So be very aware that the deal is being made amongst the people with their own people. Okay? Didn't have nothing to do with us. And I'm not the person that said it. So I know y'all might want to be mad and start not listening and jumping ship. But I'm just pointing out that I was never in that group of people that she was talking about. Nobody that looked like me that was here already was in that group that she was talking about. They brokered a deal against their own folks. Okay? Yes. So be mindful and pay attention. Let me see what else I got for y'all. Okay, so back to the husband and wife, right? And so, again, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't follow nobody, but, you know, social media is all a buzz. So I'm going to just tell y'all what I got to say spiritually, right? Excuse me. All right, so the husband and wife that are, you know, getting a separation, divorce, da-da-da-da. The man said, they're saying that he made a statement. They got his Instagram. What he said was he had already asked for a divorce. Apparently, they belong to the Jehovah's Witness people, right? I ain't saying nothing. Just giving y'all the tea, all right? Or not. Anyway, so apparently in their culture, and I don't know this to be true. I ain't look it up. Y'all can look it up. I really don't care that much. I don't even really want to be on the people business, but I'm just telling y'all because it's getting ready to be a wave of some bullshit, right? So they said they belong to Jehovah's Witness, and Jehovah's Witness, they're saying that the only way a person can get a divorce is if you commit infidelity, right? Okay, that's what they say. Y'all have to look it up. Now, apparently these people have been together since they were 14. Again, don't know. This is what's been happening, what's being said, all right? Now, the man says that he asked for a divorce early last year. The girl did not want to get a divorce, and under their religion, they can't get a divorce. All right. Long story short, I done seen a couple of times in their content. Beautiful couple. They look like they match. Kids, house, look like they doing very well, look very loving, right? The thing that I noticed in multiple videos, she always was extra, doing too much, right? Which is a thing, because it's never too much when that's what you want to do. But I'm going to tell you why it's extra, right? So just imagine being married to somebody from, being with somebody from 14 going on into, I don't even know how old the hell they are right now, right? But at 14 years old, you're still young, you're still teenagers, you're still, you know, and it's great that they found love. They identified each other right away and they connected, right? But all these people know is each other. As far as relationships concerned, as far as buildings concerned, as far as whatever. And so growing up with a person, so at 14, you know, we can act giddy and, you know, happy and fun, and, you know, you could be yourself and everybody can be themselves because literally we're young, we're in love, and, you know, it's whatever. But now we grow up in society and into the world, right? Spiritually, it's a thing where people grow. People are having, you know, life journeys and things of that nature, right? So again, great that they found each other, great that they connected right on the thing. But as people grow, they change. They evolve. That's a thing. So he went and did his job. She's doing her job. They're doing it together. They're trying to do it as much as they can together. So the thing that I noticed that is anytime the videos will come on, it looks like she has it set up and, you know, maybe he knew or maybe he didn't. This is the thing. People don't know about people's lives and, you know, everything behind the scenes. So this is why people have to be very careful about seeing stuff that's on camera and running with it as it's the gospel, okay? So when I first started seeing their stuff, I noticed that in his face, he, you know, has a beautiful smile. Again, they're a very beautiful couple, right? She be doing break dancing and it just is always something. But mind you, as a person grows up, if they, agree to do social media, to do whatever, that's one thing. But as a person starts to grow and a person starts to evolve, it's a thing about like secondhand embarrassment. And that's what I started noticing in some of the videos. Like it was almost like whenever they were going somewhere and she had something set up, and set us at many create illusions. And that's a fact too. But the thing is, when, for instance, one time they was in a shoe store or something, I think they were, and this is the first time I noticed it. It looked like he was very caught off guard by the shenanigans. And mind you, again, she seems very fun, da 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 da, but some people ain't for that. Some men just literally wanna have a break. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay that you're fun. It's okay that you're over the top. But sometimes, like, take a chill pill. Everything don't have to be, like, the dress got me. Like, literally, that was the last thing. And so all the women in the world are out here, clamoring, yada, yada, yada. It's this, that, and the third. He's da, 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 da. And everybody done jumped ship. Like, as soon as they found, oh, he cheated. Quite frankly, in my mind, sometimes people will say some shit because I done said something. If that's what's going to get you the hell away from me, and he may have. I don't know, okay? He may have. I don't know. But if this the only way that this what I got to say or do to get away from you, because literally I can't have, like, I need peace. I agree. He started looking like it was too much. Yes. And so then all of a sudden there's a thing. And just so y'all know, I come in peace. If anything ever happens, right, and it's a choice between the men or the women, just know that I'm going with the women, okay? But on this thing, I can't go with the women. I'm going with the women, just so y'all know. So don't try to get me. Or you can if you want, because I'm going to stand 10 toes on it. But this particular incident, I don't know this man, but I feel like I got to stand, and there is no sides. But all the bitches, then, because one of the comments said, and she inherited all of us. Not me, she didn't, because I was never following them. But on another note, not inheriting me either way, because I was exhausted too looking at some of them damn videos. So I know good and damn well, if I got to live in a household where it's always action, bitch, you're going to have to get somebody else to do it, because ain't no way. And so, the women gonna be mad. And again, it ain't no being no pick me, this, then, the third. It's just sometimes we have to be mindful that there are other people in the relationship. And we cannot keep just doing what the hell, is over the top for lights, camera, action. Because is that just all for the lights? You're being over the top for social media? Like, people really want a calm date, a calm life, a calm situation. And like I said, the last straw for me was like, even when I seen that, I just literally was like, scroll. Because when the dress came and you walked outside, like, and it was, creative, da-da-da-da-da. But, ma'am. So, ain't no way I'm going to be mad at that man for choosing peace, if that's what he choosing. So, that's all I got to say. I don't think it's wrong for nobody to grow apart. I think that whatever, and who knows? Y'all got to just give them people some time and let them go run their courses out. They may even come back together. But if all y'all keep talking and all y'all keep wanting to, do this, let them have some time. Like 14, that's a long time and no experience in life with nobody else. Like, let them people, she may grow in another way. Let them have time. Yeah, lights, camera, action, set, energy, vampires. Like, many women are obsessed with glamour, which is a spell. You're not seeing their true beauty. Yeah, and this is the thing. They gonna have to be able to go and do whatever they need to do, and then they'll figure it out. But let them have time. Y'all stay out of them people business. Mind your own business. Half y'all bitches ain't even got a man. Half y'all, the husbands that y'all got, don't like y'all. And y'all don't like them. But meanwhile, y'all invested in somebody else's life. Leave them alone. Don't go harassing that man. Don't go harassing that woman. Give them time. They seem like they not out here trying to be messy or none of that. Because I done seen some couples that, they doing what they doing and they being messy. But, or a person. Either way, leave them alone, please and thank you, because and don't just be trying to jump, make it a thing. If you love their content, because that man can cook and she, can do whatever she doing. Leave them alone. They have opened up a door, unfortunately, by showing. I get it. And so that's another thing. Even when people open a door, they have the right to close it too. Like, just because I am to the public don't mean everything that's in my business is the public. Like, I don't even know why he explained to y'all, because I wouldn't explain to y'all nothing. Like, we done, that's it. That's how it works. But y'all have to really fully understand, like, being with somebody from the time you're 14 years old, like, y'all still in kid phase, this, that, and the third. Like, we got now time to have some adult time for people to do, and then, like, come on now. I'm sure y'all can understand that. But everybody want to be judgmental so quickly, and then, here we are, all the women, she inherited it. Bitch, not me. Not me. Like, again, I don't follow none of these people because, but social media is all a clamor with somebody else's business, as always, and so here we are. Same scenario. When God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift position, not just outcomes. Anyway, so we're going to go back to our own business, because that came up on the screen too, and that's been a thing. And yesterday I said that, and then, somebody in the comments, and mind you, not interested, this, that, and the third. It don't got nothing to do with interested. It got something to do with the fact, because they said it to the girl above me. They ain't said nothing to me. But, people need time to grow. People need time to experience. We don't know, like, at the end of the day, it may turn into the most beautiful thing that they have ever experienced. Him finding his journey, her finding her journey, and their journeys may lead them back to each other. It's just that they needed time to, experience and grow in a whole nother way. That way they can complete whatever assignments they got to complete. So that's the thing. Worry about your own stuff. Anyway, a curse can only affect circumstances, not a calling. A curse works by trying to block results, money, relationships, timing, access, but it cannot rewrite identity, assignment, or divine authority. It targets what you get, not who you are. And so that's another thing. People be jealous. Like, people be jealous of relationships. So people be jealous of, your position. People be jealous of the things that you have. People can be jealous of, they think that you get things easy, not knowing you could be going through the worst time of your life. But I still showed up with a great attitude. I still came to motivate the people. I still came to help, even in the midst of. A blessing establishes position, not just progress. When God blesses someone, he places them in a role, a rank, or a covering. Positions mean authority, access, protection. You don't have to fight for outcomes when your position is already secure. Those people that Pharaoh kept wanting to curse, and the man said, God already told you, you can't curse them. And so every time they opened their mouth against the people, it gave them a blessing. They moved positions. They moved around. Like, I need to circle around you. I need to get in this position because maybe, I didn't say it right. Or maybe, I got to do, like, whatever it is I got to do, I got to try to curse this person. They moved positions. They moved over to the west side. Then they sent the curse. It still sent the blessing. You have no authority. You're not authorized. I rebuke you. Send it back to the pits of hell in which it came from. And then this is where, most of my problem is too, because in my mind, like, God be giving them time. Like, you move position to try to curse me again. I'll be like, God, can you just get them up out of here? Because they ain't going to learn. God be having patience with y'all. I don't. Because God, get them. Please. Because they just is, the energy is just whatever it is. But God be trying to give y'all time to change. And meanwhile, y'all don't even take the cues. How did I move position and they still got a blessing? I went around to the west side and, said my bibbidi bobbidi boo, and it didn't work. Sometimes people outgrow each other. That's true. That's a fact. Envy and jealousy, the energy that causes humans to drown. Listen, you ain't never lied. Weird. But guess what? If the baby was meant to be here, or the thing was meant to, happen, or anything else, guess what? The baby still would show up. It would drift down current, or, across the sea, or whatever else, and somebody still. So things happen the way they happen, and if it's meant to be, it's going to be. I just gave y'all scenarios. I told y'all. Sometimes we gotta mind our manners. We gotta listen, because we all been there, done that. But it's in you changing and establishing whether or not this may have been good, bad, or ugly, or indifferent. I'm a person. I tried that. God showed me different. I took my hands off of it and I let God do it. So that's the thing. Um, Elevation comes with visibility and resistance. When God elevates or appoints someone, they become visible in the spirit and in the natural. Attacks increase, but not because the blessing is weak, but because it's real. Resistance is often proof of placement. Because if you're already doing the devil's deed, the devil ain't gonna attack you if you're doing, everything gonna be good. But that's also where I said I done sat here many's a day, and I be like, these people look like they having the best time of their life. Mind you, again, it's not even in comparison. It's just that why y'all look like y'all having the best time of y'all life. Either way, do what thou will with that information. When God elevates or appoints someone, they become visible in spirit and in natural. Attacks increase, not because the blessing is weak, but because it's real. Resistance is often proof of placement. All right, take it how it resonates. What God covers cannot be removed by opposition. Oh, so what I was going to say was, I've noticed that there is an upswing of people because, again, when it started with the he who is first shall be last and he who is last shall be first and things of that nature, all of a sudden it's being pointed out that certain stuff is happening.
Okay, TikTok shop affiliates. A lot of you know, a lot of you don't know, I'm a seller here on TikTok. And I just got an update as of 10 a.m. this morning that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to read my notes because I don't want to get anything twisted. Basically, every time TikTok comes out with a new update or a new anything, I screenshot it, copy it, and paste it into ChatGPT and tell it to give me a too long didn't read version, and here's what it's telling me. TikTok Shop's Smart Promotion Program. TikTok Shop is automatically moving sellers from a co-funded promotion to a smart promotion program starting.
Okay, so not really too sure what she's actually explaining, but the only thing is I'm pointing this out because I'm noticing there's an uptick of complaints, happening in a certain demographic or a certain situation. But anyway, what they were doing was now they're upgrading the system, which also means that people that were not seen but producing like they should will now be seen, is what it sounds like to me. But again, her video was just one of the ones that I'm going to show y'all. Okay.
January 20th. No action needed. So they're giving sellers an option to opt out of this program, but let's go back into some more details. The cost is 3.5% fee on all GMV and plus 1 extra percent during campaigns. In return, you'll get TikTok claims $5 GMV for every $1 spent, guaranteed through February 28, 2026. Automatic coupons and bonuses on added products, more exposure on your products, pages, and pop-ups. TikTok handles the promo setups, execution, and reporting. The most important thing to note here is that you are required to participate. If not, TikTok will pull you from future campaigns, flash sales, and premium offers. So if I'm a small business, which I am, and I choose.
And so she's explaining the business side. So for anybody that is, business in this platform, just know that. But also I'm gonna show y'all something else because we all have to be accountable for our own everything, okay? Work ethic or not.
Is not to opt into this. TikTok picks my ads and does what it wants to with my money. I won't be able to participate in flash sales, premium offers, or campaigns. I get how a big company, this wouldn't be a problem. 3.5% fee, basically 4.5% they keep during campaigns. I do feel like this will be good for all of us for GMV Max starting forward. Things are messy right now because they're transitioning from a TikTok co-funded program into this TikTok Smart Promotion program, but super interesting. I thought I'd share with you. Will I enroll? Would you, if you're a small business owner here on TikTok?
All right, so that was one of the
There's
things.
a loophole method that is allowing TikTok shop sellers to secretly steal your commission. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Ever had it where a product
and I don't
is
know
so
if this is
wealthy,
true,
you're
but
starting to see
I don't know if this is true. But once she gets done, I can tell y'all something that I noticed that I saw. I feel like she might need to pay attention to a little bit more than whatever that is. So I don't know this to be true. I'm just giving y'all, again, there is a shift happening. Just like I told you that girl noticed the fact that what I said about them other people being over here too. Okay.
The sales come in, and then all of a sudden you notice, I haven't had any sales from that product in a while. If you go to your showcase and you're going to filter it by unavailable, and you're going to look and see, does this product have zero in stock? Maybe that's the reason why it says unavailable. Does the product have in stock? Then you can look on the little question mark and see the explanation for why it is unavailable. Is it unavailable because the seller decides they don't want to sell that item anymore? Does it say that the seller decided that they don't want to make it for commission anymore? It'll tell you that. So there's another thing though.
And this is also important for people who are on the platforms. If you have a platform, and you're just over here and you're trying to monetize in any form or fashion, some of these things are important for you because you need to pay attention to the shift that's taking place. But again, it's part of when God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessing should be your position, not just outcomes, because a lot of people have been being given things just because they had privilege. Remember, I also said pretty privilege is a thing. So I do know what privilege is when it comes to certain things. I ain't never had this type, where you could just be whatever you want to be, and you know what I mean. But there's that. She said resonates 100%. We are actually in Revelations. Period. I done said that many, many times. They think Revelations was but this is the truth. When the truth is being given, the truth is being revealed. Once again, this is a way for them to, or is it a way to return? Because when one thing exists, so does the other. She said it's a once again, it's a way for them to steal. I also feel like it's a way for them to return, because maybe there were some people who should have been given something, but because they, both things are happening. So when one thing's happening, so is the other.
Had these little lights that go on the wall, and I was selling some of them, and then I realized I hadn't gotten any sales in a while, and I saw a like come in on that video, and I went, okay. So I click into that video, and I click the link, and what do you know? It says, product is not available in this country or region. And when that happens, it doesn't even allow you to message the brand anymore from...
But one thing that's weird about me, because what she's saying, I don't know what that is, but literally there is an option for you to go into TikTok shop, and when something becomes available, you can link another product. So I don't know where she got that from, but I have done it. They will tell you. So take it with a grain of salt. If you go into the creator area and you go through where all them buttons are, it will show you what is in trouble, where this needs work. And so I don't know what that is.
From a creator standpoint, you can only then contact the brand through like their little AI like secretary as if you were a customer. So you can't even like message the brand anymore and be like, hey, what the hell? Like you made it unavailable in this region. And so here's the loophole that they use. Say I'm selling this powder as a seller, right? A bunch of affiliates start making videos on it. It starts selling well. Okay, what they do is then they go in and they say, this product isn't available to be shipped in the US anymore.
And then you just link another product that's the similar product, and they actually have more products than that. So again, what she's saying is what she's saying for her, but I have seen where one of my products sold out crazy, and then they let me know that this product is gone, add this, okay?
So then what TikTok allows them to do, and they go, oh, that's too bad. You're saying you can't sell this in the US anymore? Your shipping doesn't work for this product? Yep, that's right, TikTok. This doesn't work for US shipping anymore. And then TikTok says, okay, well, do you want to replace it with a different link? And the seller goes, sure do. And then what they're going to do, they're going to make a duplicate listing.
And see, that's where the issue is at. So, she's saying that, but I'm gonna show y'all how it's another thing behind the scenes. It's called Anchor, right? So she giving out information, but I'm just telling y'all that I'm showing y'all the tides are changing. All right. They can't anchor anything unless you give them access. There's a button behind the scenes. You go back there, you undo it. I'll show y'all how to do it before it's done. So the fact that she said that lets me know that her product was anchored. That's why.
Is not available for commission, and they're going to attach this other product, this other link, On to
But just so y'all know, TikTok tells you what that is also. So don't let nobody think you, like, everything is very, apparent. It's just that sometimes people don't read.
your video when they say it's not available in this region. Now, any sales that come in are going to go 100% to the brand, and you are going to get zero because they did that. So that is a loophole that only exists once they say it's not available in this region. And a lot of sellers are figuring that out, that they can completely cut us out. So they replace the link, and then they run ads on our video. If commissions are removed, greatly reduced, or if our link becomes unavailable in this region, which again is just a loophole so they can swap the link on it, why does TikTok not automatically draft those videos back to us? No pay, no play. Like, our content.
Did you hear what I said? I've been telling y'all the past couple of days, you can now pay to play. And when you pay to play, it is creating numbers that are not real in the system because they're paying for it. But you heard what she said. No pay, no play. This is the issue with what's happening right now. We already told y'all not to do that. We already told y'all not to do that. So it's as simple as brokering deals again, behind the scenes. They telling you in your face. But I'm going to show you where in TikTok, what she's saying is her own fault.
Shouldn't be able to be exploited like that if we're not going to potentially be paid from it. Like,
now they being exploited.
That is theft. So here's the deal. TikTok needs to make it so that if our link is swapped, if our commission is turned, if the commission for that item that we have linked is turned off, if basically our commission or availability or whatever gets messed with for any reason, the seller should not be able to still continue to have that video in circulation. The video should be drafted back to us immediately, and we should be notified. I have so many videos right now where I was never notified that the product is now not available for commission. I see likes coming in sometimes, and if I notice likes coming in on an old video, sometimes I'll click into it to see. And sure enough, I had a FlexiSpot did it to me. FlexiSpot turned off my commission on multiple videos that I had made for them on those little TV dinner tray standing desk things or whatever. And now it says not available for commission anymore, but guess what? They're using my videos and ads or whatever. So I had to go in, and luckily if somebody recently likes that video that you posted a year ago, it's easy to go in and delete that video. But what happens is that a lot of affiliates are making so many videos, and these sellers think that we're not going to notice videos from a long time ago, and usually we don't. So when they turn off commissions to those, we're not even going to notice it, that they're using it in ads and stuff without paying us commission. And then if you...
Well, watch how mad she gonna be when she realized that hold on, why'd I click out of that? When she realizes that she still gave him access to use the ad.
Realize it, a lot of times what sucks is that you have to scroll back months and months and months and years to even find that video again to try to delete it. And who knows how many sales have been made from that video without you knowing about it in that time. Yeah, it shouldn't be up to us to basically keep a tally on our videos and delete them when brands decide to screw us over. TikTok should automatically moderate that.
And then this is another thing. You know, when I said, when Blessed, and I'm not saying this about her. This could just be another example, okay? So not saying this about her, just the example. When God blesses you, no one can curse you. Blessings shift your position, not just outcomes. Remember when I said it's people out here doing, stuff, and they don't realize that it creates a deficit on, their children and children's children, and people, how when they say you're cursed or whatever, people have done whatever in their family because this is what they felt like they was big enough to do. And she said they're stealing, but when you steal, you get stolen from. I always teach my kids from the day and any person that I've ever been with, you can't steal, because when you steal, you get stolen from. It's as simple as you go to hotels and you take in little hand towels, washcloths, all of that shit. When you steal, you get stolen from. Okay? And I know they be having some stuff, you know what I'm saying? I hate too, but when you steal, you get stolen from. Period, point blank. Okay? So her not noticing could just be the repercussions or, the benefit of somebody that has already done a thing now, or maybe something she could be doing. I don't know. Not blaming her, not saying that, but that exists.
automatically take it out of circulation, draft it back to us, give us the option to link to a different product.
They do give you the option.
Automatically did that, these brands wouldn't try.
She said if TikTok automatically do it, they do. Like, literally, that's the reason why I know.
To be sneaky about it. They would go, oh no, our best-selling video is going to get taken down if we try to screw with the commission. Or TikTok doesn't care. The brands can delete commission, or they can do the little whole not available in this region thing, and TikTok is still getting paid, the brand's getting paid, and everybody's winning except for the affiliates who are getting screwed on the deal. One of my other friends just messaged me last night and said that happened to him, and he is a brand new affiliate and didn't even know what was going on. So I had told him, yeah, they just swapped your link on you, and you should probably delete the video. And it was a good video too, and it just sucks that people put their time into something just to have to basically delete the video.
More poor information, because all he had to do was download the video and re-upload it under a different product. So again, y'all listen to people, it's poor information. It's poor advice. So download, if that was the case, she should have said download the video, link a different product to it. It's the same one, because TikTok, you got to make sure that it's the exact same product, or else you're going to get your ass in trouble, and they will call you on it. But if a lot of these products are the same, download your video and tag another product to it. That's it. That's all. Deleting your video, you just lost content. And she said it was a good video. So poor advice.
And then the brand just gets whatever commission that they didn't know. And this is why I keep saying that we need some kind of thing, like some kind of unionization or something for affiliates to protect us from this, to protect what we do and our content. Another thing, these AI accounts, all these other accounts, they will steal my voice and my script, and not even the thing where they use your sound, but they will do the thing where they literally like rip my audio, and then on their account it doesn't even show that it's my audio. It's my audio, but it doesn't show it's my audio, and then they'll put...
Again, another thing that if you go into the system, you actually have the right, or there was a thing, because I noticed that my audio is starting to show up and it says Golden Girl 302's audio, because there's a tag in there that says either original audio or you can change it to your audio.
Some AI video to the product I was promoting, but use everything about what I said about the item. So yeah, TikTok, if you're watching this, this is what creators want. Draft our videos.
No,
back
she's
to
lying.
us.
That's what she want, because I told y'all what I just said. Now look at this. So I'm gonna go to one of my page, and so this is for anybody that is, you know, listening, that wants the right advice. All right, so this is an ad right here. All right,
If
so
you're like me and you need extra
ad
storage
video,
location,
right?
let me
So
get you
all you have to do is go right here to those little three dots. Those little three dots will take you. Hold on. Let me make it stop talking. All right, so these three videos, all you got to do is tap the three dots, right? You go over here and it'll say to add settings. When you go to add settings, this is where you link behind the scenes, right? When you go to add settings. So if she actually had to pay attention, it says affiliate product link changes. So allow the seller to change product links and ads may result in promotion of products you do not showcase. Orders generated by those posts and ads traffic may not qualify to pay your affiliate creative commission. It's right there. A bunch of bad information. So, blessings, because again, it's a change happening. And certain people are now complaining and bitching because it was given to them easy, right? They didn't have to do any work. It was just given. You showed up here. You did a video. Now they're actually making it so you have to do the job. And so if you really want the job, you have to do, and that's with anything in life. So I'm showing y'all this, but guess what? That button, just so y'all know, needs to be turned off. All right. Okay. And then check your stuff. What else did she say? Hold on. Let me go back, because then again, showing y'all more. There are some people. So with anything that you want to do that you love, because more bad advice has been given. I saw a black woman. This wasn't even a white lady. This was a black woman. I don't even know if I saved her video because the advice was just so poor on it that I just couldn't. I didn't want to repeat it. Didn't want to show it. Didn't want to nothing. She said...
They kidnapped a teenage boy.
Okay, that's something else. The black girl said that she was doing a coaching session or something, because these people are actually being listed as coaches. I don't know why, because they're apparently not reading nothing. And she said that if you start TikTok shop, then you and you get products that you can explain and promote. That part is true, because I told y'all I don't deal with nothing that basically, if I'm not doing it, like when they send me that athletic stuff, I will do athletic attire because of the fact that I'm working out doing those types of things. But I don't need to do no daggone golfing nothing, because I ain't into golfing. They sent me some golfing stuff. I'm not doing that, because how the hell am I gonna explain that, right? Anyway, so then what she proceeds to say is, TikTok gives you 2 weeks to produce a video. Let me tell you something. For you even knowing that is horrible. The fact that even if that's the case, right? Because I don't know when my stuff shows up, because I want to be here, I'll be excited at the fact that I get a gift a day almost in my mail. I'll be hyped. I'll be quick to want to open it. If it's taking you 2 weeks to open it, just don't even do it, because literally you're not excited. It's not something you want to do. It seems like it's going to be work to you, okay? But then I also noticed is that there's a thing, and I found this out through them too, although I have done it one time, but I didn't realize there was a limit. And mind you, I did it on when I was doing the abundance, look how much stuff you already have, because a lot of us are very blessed and don't realize it, right? We just be out here buying stuff over and over again. And so I did this series on using everything under my sink. Mind you, shit's still underneath the sink, okay? So I need to get back into it. Using everything under my sink. So this was all old stuff, but it was on TikTok and everything else. So I was able to tag, what was there, what I used, how I did it, right? So I went through and I just did a whole morning of me taking a shower. So I tagged the African net sponge. I tagged my body spray. I tagged, my hair stuff that I was using. All of this stuff, right? So because it was one video, it was about a 10-minute long video. Mind you, they will let me make 20-minute videos. Some people don't have that, but they'll let me make 20-minute videos, right? Anyway, long story short, it was a whole 10-minute or 8-minute video. And I just tagged all of these things. Now, why are you tagging new products and videos with, multiple things? The reason why they send you the stuff is because they want you to showcase their product by itself. And you can do what you want. I ain't judging. But if I send you a product, I want you to showcase my product. And I would like for you to, do what you need to do. Now, when I told y'all that I learned from that lady the other day, when I went into her comments, and then come to find out TikTok was the one being messy, because literally I went and my comment was there. So she still has a comment there. Either way, comments, go in her comments, still the same. So everything I said was still the same. Anyway, she just ignored it. And that's fine. Anyway, so what I learned from her was the way they wanted some of the content shot is that you have to actually showcase, like, so when I do my unboxing, like, use the product, in that video. So I learned something, right? And also they want splits and splits. So on any job, put this into your job. If you don't love your job, find you something that you're gonna love, because then it don't feel like work, right? But also, if you're gonna go to the job, you could be working at McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, KFC, I don't care. If I pull up, get ready to order my food, I don't want your nasty attitude over my food, because food transfers energy. And so if you want to work there, work there. If you don't want to work there, don't work there. It's up to you. You have the option to figure out what you want to do, right? She said, thanks for that clarification. You're welcome. All right. So anyway, long story short, the best products, the best videos that are going to get promoted and shown is you showing the product, explaining the product, using the product, and then closing it out. Click that link down below to get you yours, or click that link down below to shop now. Whatever it is you say, right? Figure out what it is, but either way, that's what wants to be done. So anyway, I go looking at some of the people and the things, because again, now I'm doing this. This is what I want to do. I told y'all I want to be the best content creator. I want to be honest to y'all. That's why I sat down here and I told y'all about this product, that it took me some time to do the review, because I wanted to make sure that what them people were saying was not true. And because I didn't know what, certain things was in it and why it did it, I gave it some time. So even if it was going to turn my lips crusty as I don't know what, we was going to figure out what else I needed in order to make it better, okay? So I gave the product time. Now that's why I came to y'all with a whole beginning, and this stuff worked good, okay? Either way, you ain't got to use too much, and it's looking luxurious. All right. So I went and looked at somebody else's page. So some girl, mind you, I be cooking in the kitchen, right? I didn't try to get pots, pans, da 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 da. So this is why they're complaining now, because people have been given access to stuff because their platforms is, you know, such a large amount or whatever. So the people are just looking at the platform. So that means they not looking at the actual quality. They just looking at how big and how much maybe, you know, they can get sold. I don't know. Not judging, okay? I don't know. But either way, they're taking over now. So they're taking over, and hopefully it turns into a better, you know, you do your work. It's based off your merit. Anyway, so I went to this creator page. It's a black lady, just so y'all know. So y'all don't just think I'm, you know, looking at one type of genre. I'm looking at everybody, right? She has over 100 and something thousand people on her page. But mind you, she's doing her unboxing. She's doing unboxing videos of the products like y'all just gave it to her. Like literally, I don't know how many sales y'all gonna get from that. I don't know if she gonna go back and do another video. But if I was a person that sent that, I would be pissed. Because literally they sending whole pots and pans, and I didn't ask for some pots and pans and I can't get none. Meanwhile, I be in the kitchen doing whole dinners and pots. But anyway, no comparison. People can do what they want. But I watched this girl unbox 2 different pots and pan sets. Not even unboxing. She's moving, so maybe that might be the thing. I didn't go through her whole entire platform to do, but mind you, some good ass dinnerware. And all she did was open the stuff up, didn't even open it, just open the top of one, didn't display the product, didn't nothing. And put 8 products in that video. Opened up the perfume, and they just now started sending me perfume, y'all, and I cannot wait. When they get here, y'all gonna be sick of me. Anyway, because I know this shit smell good. So she opened up, look, ain't it pretty? Set it down, went to the next one. So it's looking like people are getting ready to start being held accountable, and I love that for everybody if that's the case.
Police or federal agent
Hold on, let's see, because I have more. I told y'all about the one lady. Even Bethany got a problem with it. Bethany has a bag, a Fendi DIY, right? And it's funny because I'm watching everybody try to bare minimal, and this is the thing: when God blesses you, no one can curse you. The blessing shifts your position, not your outcome, right? People have been so used to just being able to put out bare minimal and get paid for it, or you know, skyrocket to the top for it. And remember I said you teach your kids to be good people from the beginning, right? You teach your kids not to lie, not to cheat, not to steal. This is what you train the children to do, right? And then when they grow up in this world, they start realizing that you can pay to play. Like, you don't have to be a good person. You just got to have the money to be able to do whatever the hell you want to do. Or, you know, people get married because they don't got to do nothing. You could just stand there, and for some reason in the system, you can kind of, you know, make it a whole living. Meanwhile, it's people doing their job and everybody else's job and out here struggling behind the scenes, right? Or in front of the scenes. Anyway, it was funny because yesterday I watched Bethany Frankel pull up a video. It's a Fendi DIY, right? Look at this purse. I was cracking up.
I know how I feel, but I'd like you to tell me how I should feel. I love Fendi baguettes. I have vintage ones. Bryn loves them, and I have a collection. Okay, so when I saw this bag, I thought, what an interesting collectible. You get the ingredients to make your own Fendi bag.
You get the ingredients to make your own Fendi bag. So the bag is like a brown, basic like brown, and then they give you all this like thread and stuff, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? You get all the thread. Y'all see? You get all the thread to make you a bag. Y'all, this shit costs $4,000. And so it's the bag, and then it's all different types of thread and this, that, and the third. And I don't know if they giving them like a direct. Anyway, I love her commentary.
Okay, all this thread, which obviously would cost you nothing at the store, or it would cost you $20. And then this strap, which you can get on Amazon for $5. Here's where you lose me, and it's really nobody's fault. It's just that they're showing us how the sausage gets made. It's like seeing, you know, a hooker without her makeup the next morning. Like, you know, I'm sure.
Yo, She said it's like seeing a hooker without their makeup on the next morning. Like, I'll pay you for the illusion. Bitch, bring the illusion. Don't wake up here looking normal because I didn't pay for that.
She's beautiful, but whoever's paying for it doesn't want to see what it looks like without all the paint, okay? I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, run like I'm being paid. So it's over here with the receipt intact, if you know what I mean.
Yo, the comments are hilarious, but people have been being able to get away with bare minimum, and now people are being very much made aware. Like, it's you going. We first just started with, now I got to go to the grocery store and I got to bag my own groceries. Like, the groceries is high. You mean to tell me I got to pay high ass prices and I got to bag the shit too? Like, people are starting to be very much aware of, I'm not paying for that, and or what am I paying for? Because anything, y'all know, anything in life is only worth what you're willing to pay for it. And so if you jump out the window, it's like the people who are paying the celebrities, right? Why are you paying celebrities? Let me see if I can find this one girl, right? More and more and more of y'all letting y'all know that the system is definitely changing, for the better or for the worse, for the richer or for the poorer, but the system is changing. And even the people who have been able to just escape on by, and they wasn't aware of the fact that their privilege was allowing certain things to happen. Hold on, let me see if I can find this video, because this one girl made note of everything that I just said. It's weird. Oh,
So I got kicked out of the Star Creator Program today. For what reason, I don't know. They didn't tell me, so I can't tell you. But literally, I don't really care because I barely used it. I just requested samples occasionally, and yeah, maybe that's why I got kicked out. But who cares?
A problem, because if people are requesting samples and they're not doing what they need to do with them, or what they should, because she says she don't really care, but I feel like she really cares because this video keeps on going. Meanwhile, there are people who are actually really wanting to do this and are and I really want to do it, so not just talking about me, but people who really want to do it, people who are trying to make sure that this is their livelihood, and they get to move on, right? And so certain things start to make it bad for people too as well. So we all have to be mindful. Mind you, she black. Oh, just so y'all know, she bright, but she black.
And yesterday, I was trying to join a campaign. Well, the day before yesterday, I was trying to join a campaign, and it said you can't join because you don't have a PPS score of 3.5 or higher.
Campaigns are great. Okay, so let me tell y'all what campaigns are. Campaigns are behind the scenes. And so another thing, and this is in life, so take it how it resonates. I know I'm explaining TikTok shop, but literally y'all take it for anything else. Because also, like YouTube, anybody that's going to be a content creator, y'all have to realize that the back desktop is important, because they put videos back there and things of that nature that they want y'all to see, and you have to click off that you seen it. So some people don't realize that their counts are stagnant because they haven't read the video, or they haven't seen the video, or you haven't read something that they wanted you to read in order to make sure that they know that you're compliant or something of that nature. So even in your job, okay, so if you work at a job where safety is important, they make y'all do them safety videos and things of that nature. You have to sign off and say you seen the safety video, okay? So that's important. Go behind there, because literally they have challenges and things of that nature. Like, if you complete this video, you get this, or if you do this, you get this. So they're offering you an opportunity for you to make way more than just what you're seeing off of the video, the commission, or whatever that is. So their TikTok is actually trying to make, and the other platforms are doing it too, because literally I'm on YouTube, I told y'all. So YouTube is literally now, I just requested some samples behind the scenes on there. So everybody, for some reason, it looks like they're sending people to online. So many people just lost their jobs, and this, that, and the third. A lot of people are getting online. They're trying to figure out how to get to show me the money. That's what they're trying to get to, right? But if you're not paying attention, or if you're not reading, or if you're not following the rules and regulations, you're getting flagged early. And mind you, I done got flagged a couple times, just so y'all know. One video I accidentally tagged something that, and I started off doing a video on one thing, then I changed my mind and I forgot that I had tagged this. They're heavy on make sure you put the right thing. Or if you use something that you already have, and it's something that they have on the shop, because you can use stuff that you already have. It just has to be the exact same thing that you're tagging. That's important. So they have ratings, rating scores and stuff that are behind the scenes that are very much important, especially if you're trying to do what you need to do.
I was like, why the hell? I didn't even know that affected anything. So I've been spending the last 2 days trying to figure out how to get my PPS score higher, but it just keeps going lower. I deleted everything from my showcase. That didn't do anything. So
all right, showcases, very important. Why? Because the thing that I noticed is when you request samples, now this is something that I don't like. When you request a sample, and whether or not it be from an invitation or not, once you hit send sample, it instantly goes into your shopping cart. I mean, it's not in your shopping cart, into your store, right? So the thing that I don't like that. Now, if it's something that I got by invitation, I'll let it sit until they tell me whether or not it's approved or not approved. If it's something that I'm just scrolling through and I click sample, I go take it out. Why? Because I already told y'all I did drop shipping and some other stuff before sometimes, and not saying them because they make sure that everything is the way it is, and they run a strict program over there. So most of the stuff you're gonna get is gonna be that. But one of the things I feel like is being done, like that girl in that last video did, the sellers know that. So I have gotten invitations for something and then all of a sudden they deny it. I'm taking it out of my store. And I've now also gone a step further, and if y'all use chat or anything else, you can draft a nice little letter, because that's what I have done. Drafted a nice little letter and let them know that I only accepted it because of your invitation, and you should have checked basically to make sure that it was compatible with me, and since you didn't, now please make sure that your system is updated. Make sure it's nice and professional. Make sure your system is updated so you don't send it again, because I also let them know I take it out of my store, because I want them to know that I'm very much aware of the little tricks that y'all are trying to play, but I ain't it. Okay, so you won't have your stuff sitting in my store. So if you're doing the shops, make sure that, and in life, the attachment. So it's an energy attachment. So you can take it with that, okay? People will come over in your area and try to insert certain energies that ain't yours. And now, but if you make something from it, that's great. But if you don't know about the product or anything else, because then they're going to think you need to advertise it, because that's what it's going to say behind the scenes. Meanwhile, you ain't even got that product. So either take it out or put it on pause. I take it out. Send them a letter and let them know, like, you told me to request, I did, and now you declined it. It's out of my store. Update your system, please and thank you. But don't just have random stuff that's sitting in your store, and not unless it's something that you really know is, something you're gonna get or something of that nature, or do what you want. All right.
I watched a video. Somebody said that you should promote products that have a 93% or higher product review rating, positive rating or whatever. So I've been going through all the products that I promoted lately, and guess what? They're all shit. Every single one of them fucking sucks, and the fucking brand sucks.
Relating it to yourself and people, because you have to remember that certain people, places, and things will try to attach themselves to you because they see the blessing that is on you. Be mindful of that. This is real. And although we talking about products and things of that nature, we still got this message to sit in here because we still not done with it. But people will come into your area because they see your light. They want a part of it. I told y'all many of the times, even when I first started being over there, I said I wanted to do, messages, this, that, and the third, my own card set, this, that, and the third, and people was coming out of the woodwork. I can help you do this, that, and the third. Why would you do that? Because they already know that anything that you get attached to is going to, do big. It's going to go places. And so people be looking at you like that lady said, energy vampires. They be looking to attach themselves to you because you may think that you're this. But meanwhile, somebody else sees the light that's already on you. And again, the system is readjusting itself because we talked about Regulus, the star of Regulus, and the times that we're about to get into when something is changing and then all of a sudden awareness sinks in. There's a new era of coming in.
So they've just been dragging my PPS score down. So I have to change my whole product strategy, figure out products that have a 93% or higher, and only post with those. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 20 minutes, is trying to figure that out. And I've had way too much coffee today, so I'm like on 10. And yeah, so that's literally how my days went. How has your day went? And thanks for watching this video. Bye.
So I kicked out of the start.
And not a problem, but there's so many people saying they got kicked out of the program, but I'm trying to figure out, how did they get in the program? How did you get in a program or in anything else if you are basically, y'all don't half-ass your life, okay? Don't half-ass your life in no form or fashion, especially at this moment in time. Because when God blesses you, no one can curse you. The blessing shifts your position, not just your outcome. You're getting put in placement. All right, things happening for you. A curse can only affect circumstances, not a calling. All right. Next one was a blessing establishes position, not just progress. When God blesses someone, He places them in role, rank, covering, or a covering. Position means authority, access, protection. You don't have to fight for outcomes when your position is already secured. Your position is already secured, but don't show up half-assed at all. Please and thank you. If you want it, act like you want it. That's like right now in people, places, and things. If somebody really wants you, they're going to come for you. If you really want somebody, you're going to say it. I seen a video, one of the girls said, if I call you and ask you, do you want me to come? And you say, if you want to, I ain't coming. Because put some, respect, or put some umph in it. Like, yeah, I want you here. Like, y'all, we got to stop with the, discounting ourselves, or stop letting other people discount us. If they don't act like they want it, somebody else will act like they want it. So let's make sure we're paying attention and we know that we are the quality. All right? Ourselves. So if they want it, let them say it. If they nonchalantly, we need people that's chalanting around here, okay? Remember? Don't be nonchalant with me. Let me know how that you want it. Say bring that ass. You know what I'm saying? Don't say, if you want to, because now you're trying to put it on me, and then you'll have the opportunity to say, well, I didn't tell them to come here anyway. Well, I ain't come. I agree. He started looking like it was too much. Oh, that was the last comment. So, yeah. If they want it, tell them, make sure that they're saying it. Because there's some people out here that ain't going to play about you, okay? And so you don't play about yourself. You let people play in your face and act like, oh, it's optional for you to be here. Well, my option is for me to be where I'm safe and secure and not there. Okay? So if you want me, let me know. Because I want you too. Okay? Period. That's the energy that we giving. Or not. What God covers cannot be removed by opposition. Coverage means divine protection and jurisdiction. Attacks may touch the edges of your life, but they cannot reach the core of what God has sealed. The blessing remains intact. The weapon will form. So, it may look like, it's like what I said before. A person looked like they was winning. But God had the final say. And I kept saying that. God has the final say in whatever outcome. God has the final say in whatever my next chapter is. God has the final say in whatever all this stuff is that's circulating and surrounding me. God has the final say. And so I just have to sit still and wait for it to be, done. But even with all of us, whatever is happening, out in the universe, out in the world, God has the final say. And people want to up and run, but meanwhile, that's cowardice. Like, you set the program and the plan up for it to be done this way, but meanwhile, you're now wanting to run. You're now wanting to run from, you got to stand 10 toes down in this. Like, ain't no running. Like, where you going to run to? It's chaos all over the world. And just so you know, that when you are a part of something that has to be done and completed, no matter where you're going to go, they're going to come get you, okay? Period, point blank. That's it, that's all. So sometimes it's just best to, a good stand. Take it how it resonates, because whatever it is, let's just get it done and over with, all right? Attacks expose the blessing instead of destroying it. Opposition reveals value. The system is doing whatever the system is doing. And now all of a sudden everybody got complaints, this, that, and the third. But when it was good, when it's good for whoever it's good for, nobody's complaining. But if we are making it to a collective thing, like, we have to be very visible and voice our disdain for whatever is happening. We can't just say, as long as it's happening to them, it's fine. Because that's not right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And so, you know, a lot of people are right now are upset because, you know, the whole black community is saying they on break. Like, everything that has been happening for so long. Everybody has been telling you for so long. And so now they're mad because they think that you should be up in arms about, you know, whatever is happening, this, that, and the third. But you have to show me that you're upset first. Like, when I showed y'all I was upset, like, y'all literally didn't do anything. Like, you know, or we was upset. When the people was upset, nobody did anything. You didn't come out and, you know, do anything when it pertained to it. And on top of that, you enjoyed your privilege. You enjoyed the privilege. You didn't care. You said you cared, but you did nothing really to, you know, hey, Miss Kelly, love you. You did nothing to really come out and say, like, I'm going to, you know, really stand with the people. So now you got to show us first. Show me more than you could tell me. So when you do it, but also, like I said, when you do it, get your people. Like, get y'all people. And that's just on that. But mind you, I told y'all get y'all people before it started. Because y'all just heard a person that's their people, and that was a Spanish lady, that was y'all people, and she said she brokered a deal behind the scenes. They told us, she said, all of a sudden she's upset, but she said they told us that they would not mess with the documented. Ain't the undocumented still your friends and family though too? They were her words, not mine. So in all cases, be mindful that there in every race, color, creed, culture, that her exists. And they not upset until they fuck around and find out. They will sell your ass down the river. So don't get it twisted. That's why I said deal with your people. When you hear them talking crazy, check they ass right then and there. Because I can almost guarantee you that probably went over even her people's head. I can guarantee you that they heard her speak and they automatically assumed that maybe she was talking about the black people. Because we was the only one here. She said, in her own words, they said they would only go after the undocumented. Black people ain't undocumented. So she was talking about her own people. Hear them when they're talking. She was gun-ho. Y'all remember it. He had his hands all around her waist and everything. Wasn't that like a violation or something? I don't know. But clearly not, because she was out there rooting, and now she feels violated. She didn't feel violated when the man had his hands around her waist, her arms, everything. Like, he touched her whole body. Go look at the video. I mean, it didn't call for all that. You didn't need to be touching and nothing. She didn't feel violated in no way, shape, nor form then, because she was in bed with the offender at the time. Because as long as it didn't happen to her, and I ain't saying in bed like, you know, they was doing nothing. I'm saying they did whatever deal that she said they did, but it was against her own people. Because her words clearly are not having nothing to do with me or anybody else. It was undocumented, and we document it. So take it how it resonates. And I keep saying it because I want y'all to get it. Stop not hearing what these people are saying. It's okay as long as it's not happening to them. And then when it starts happening to them, then it's not okay no more. It was never okay. It was never okay from the beginning, from the giddy up, from the get-go, from the start of it. You brokered that deal behind the scenes. That's why now you out here talking and, you know, trying to expose. But we already knew. Y'all heard the other lady, she said, we told y'all not to let the vampires in. Literally, it's the example of what this lady just said. So the lady wasn't wrong. In simple truth, a curse tries to limit what happens. A blessing determines who you are authorized to be. And when God positions someone, attacks don't cancel the assignment, they announce it. So this is why you're going to see certain people, places, and things moving around, everything shifting, everything adjusting, and a bunch of people that wasn't complaining before now are complaining. But mind you, have you ever realized that some of the complaints that they got really shouldn't even be complaints? Like the issues that they're having, somebody else would have loved to have on their table or on their plate. Like, you have so much privilege that you don't even realize that even you opening your mouth talking is a problem. You opening your mouth saying what you're saying is also you not recognizing how much of a problem it has been, because your privilege is that. It's just like the very thing. And again, you can use it, just not talking about that. You can use it as when I said, I'm using everything under my counter, because guess what? I'm over here saying I don't have, whatever it is, I don't have the money to just go out and buy new stuff. Meanwhile, look how much stuff I got underneath my cabinet. Why would I want to go out and buy new stuff anyway? This is where you have so much abundance. You have so much stuff that you're not even aware of the amount of stuff that you have, to the tune of I'm steady pulling out stuff, pulling out stuff, pulling out stuff. Some of this shit still had tags on it. It don't make sense. So start utilizing and using what you have, and then that way it's going to clean up the mess. It gets rid of the energy, everything else. But as I'm pulling out, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that was there. I ain't even go to the other drawer yet. So it could be the amount of love, the amount of something that somebody has. We can take it to the relationship where all these women are looking at this whole situation. They're mad at the man in the situation. Meanwhile, they not looking at the behaviors. This person was doing this every time. Like, it don't always have to be this. And just imagine if a person is now growing up and they're, turning into a more conservative energy. The difference between 14 and 20 something is a whole slew of different whatever we done went through. And you still holding the same energy. You still holding the same space. Every time I turn around, it's extra, extra, extra. Like, I can't have a peaceful, let's just go to the store. You put on a nice little dress and you act like you got some damn sense. Maybe in her mind, why you can't act like, crazier. Again, everybody's just looking at the thing that they, but you don't see behind the scenes. I keep saying we don't know all the information. Even as far as everything that's taking place right now with the everything that's, being shown, we're not being told everything yet. Until we're told everything, there's nothing really we should even be trying to do, especially, but y'all that are sitting next to the people that can hear them, do something with them. Because when my people start acting the way they acting, we, go ahead and check them. It's a whole lady that sat up there and told the YN said they was going to do something. The lady got online. She said, sit y'all asses down. This problem was before y'all, and y'all ain't got nothing to do with it. And then she said, if y'all don't know what a YN is, then it's a term, it's a, term of endearment for the young people. But, they did. And I went in her comments, and she's not wrong. Let the YCs handle it. Same way, because they got online, they said they the YCs. Let the YCs handle it. Why are you trying to send a YN? Let them do what they need to do, because, again, show me first. We already showed you what we was willing to do. You didn't listen. And it don't have nothing to do with race unless you're making it about race. And if you're making it about race, then I'm still right, because take your ass and get y'all people. That's it. That's all. And I love everybody, because collectively, like I said, we all belong to, one place, one signature. And whether or not you like it there or not my problem. You're going to have to deal with that on your own. Anyway, when God does what God does, nobody can take it away. Nobody can destroy it. People can try to curse, hex, speak on it. And the power of life and death is in the tongue. So some of y'all be cursing people, and whether or not y'all know it or not, or act like y'all don't know it or not, I'm here to tell you, watch who you speak on and watch what you say. That's why I said them people's marriage and that all that, it ain't got nothing to do with the internet. But since people is out here, saying whatever they saying, be mindful that, you know, your relationship or lack thereof could be up for question next. So watch who you put your mouth on, watch what you say, watch what you do, please and thank you. Or do whatever you will. But don't be mad when you get dealt with in a way, because when God blesses you, no one can curse the blessing. Your blessings shift your position, not your outcome, not just outcomes, because the outcome is what's important. The law was what, 27, 25, 25, 27. Play until the end, whatever, which one it was. They could be getting mixed up or whatever, but play until the end. Hey Omo, love you. Thank you for being here. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here, and I'll see y'all a little bit later. But actually, I'm gonna come right back because what was I supposed to do? Actually, we're going to the kitchen. So we're going to the kitchen because I'm gonna do, it's some bread milk or something that I seen. Apparently we Asian. I ain't had my hot water yet, and so the lady taught me this morning because I was watching something, and she did. I was gonna eat an apple, right? And she said no more cold apple. So what I gotta do is take the apple, pour it in a tea, pour it in a bowl, pan, a pot, cut it up into slices, hot water, and prunes is what she said. Although I don't have the prunes, so I don't know about that part. But it's called pink tea. It's hot water, it's apple slices, and you let it simmer, and it's supposed to be good to cleanse your system. So I may, you know, tweak it a little bit because I was going to add some cinnamon, some honey, and so maybe when she see it, the lady's name is Jane, or think, hold on, let me just let y'all, because I saved this for a fact. I actually followed this lady too because,
American propaganda, I'm no longer.
That's not her. It's a, where's she at?
To the lady that said that this.
Oh, this the girl right here. Like, she got crazy things.
Everyone, I'm back again with another unboxing video.
Her name is and I ain't saying nothing about her, but other than the fact that she just is, they just unboxing all types of stuff and all in one video. So it's, I'm gonna be making steamed buns.
And subtly sweet.
They have milk.
I ate the most growing up, so it always takes me back to my childhood. Cut a sheet of parchment paper into 8 squares, add milk and yeast into a bowl and mix well. Then
Milk, yeast, and flour. That's it. That's all. So I got all of them. I'm making that. And then, oh, this the lady. Her name is Janice. Janice.
One apple a day, keep the doctor away. Okay, so if you have the fatigue, if you have the nodules, fibrosis, and knee pain, all kinds of the pain and the diseases, you know, maybe it's caused by one apple a day, keep the doctor away. Because actually, Western medication just want to tell you that apple is really good for health, but in TCM, apple, the character of apple is cold. So you take it.
And they said you're not supposed to be eating nothing cold in December, just so y'all know. Okay, period.
That will make you have stomach cold and skin cold. That means you have dampness. Dampness in TCM in Taoist, the cause is 99.
And it's funny because they talk about dampness and warmness in their culture. And mind you, apparently I got coldness.
Percent of the diseases, like if you have the white coating with your tongue, if you have the crack in the middle of your tongue and the teeth mark on the sides, that means you have dampness. So you will have headache, tinnitus, fatigue, feel tired always, and all kinds of the pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, fibroids, nodules, cysts. This kind of thing may be caused by your apple. Okay, so how to eat apple healthy? I teach you. Just make it into spleen tea, okay?
I'm making spleen tea.
To get your dampness out. In this way, the apple can solve your diseases, okay? How to make it? Let me show you. First, you take one apple. No matter green, yellow, or red, it's fine.
And why it's crazy, because I told y'all, this thing keeps doing stuff that I don't even know why. I literally bought one apple the other day because I was like, let me go ahead and get this apple and eat this apple. And then this came across my timeline.
But one more thing.
I didn't tell them, though.
To know, in order to store the apple longer and make it fresh, there's wax on the skin. So I just show you, you know. Here, can you see? This is wax. So you have to, no, you don't have to get rid of the wax in this way. No need, okay? Just use the salt. For example, I show you. Here, I show you that. So first you get some water, and then you get the salt, okay? You just get the salt to rub on the skin to get rid of the wax in this way.
And I never known that. Have any of y'all ever done that? Took salt and rubbed it on your apple to get rid of the wax? Mind you, I done just must have been eating wax for forever because I just wiped it off and ate it. But literally, I'm going to be doing that.
Okay. To get rid of the wax by salt, rub it. Okay, and then in this way, the wax is gone. Now you can wash it. Wash it. You don't have to peel. You don't have to peel off the skin, because the skin. The skin is really, really good for health. Okay, now you get 1 liter of water and slice the apple into pieces. We don't need the core. Okay, also we don't need this one. Okay, get it out. Also this part. And now you slice it into pieces. Now I will slice it into this way.
She just sliced it. I'm going to use my Cecilia, so y'all already know that's coming out. They fit in there.
Okay, no need the core. Okay. Now get 2 radish with my size, the big size, and also remove the seeds. At 5 to 8 pieces of the dried hawthorn. This one without seeds. Also put it in.
What is hawthorn?
Boil it for 30 minutes and drink this green tea every day.
All right, so I got to look up hawthorn.
30 minutes. Take it after breakfast and finish it before 7 p.m. because after 7 p.m. you are not supposed to drink anything or eat anything. Okay, finish the spring tea with 1 liter, the whole kettle in the daytime.
I'm going to be making that.
Take it for today 8 days.
You said only take it for 8 days. Let me make sure it is because they said hawthorn. I think that's what she said. Let me see what hawthorn is.
Remove the seeds.
So I got to find out what that is because I know I ain't got that.
Need the core. Okay. Now get 2 radish with my size, the big size, and also remove 8 pieces of the dried hawthorn. This one without seeds. Also put it.
Hawthorn, dried hawthorn berry.
This is dried hawthorn berry, and in Chinese medicine, it's called shanjia. I use this in my acne formulas specifically for greasy
Now, where the hell am I get this from?
And it's famous for food stagnation. What's the difference?
Okay, because they're talking about, first and foremost, the other thing is, because I've been looking up some of the stuff about, you know, health, holistic health, and things of that nature. And so they actually was going off of what your gas smells like coming out your, you know, and if it smells like this, that, or the third, it is being caused by certain things being stuck and stagnant in your body. And so she said only take that for 8 days, just so y'all know. So we're gonna be making that. Let me see.
Hawthorn is a superfood fruit with a long history of use in traditional Chinese medicine. Studies have shown hawthorn can significantly improve cardiovascular health. In Germany,
I don't know why it looked like a dried up egg for real. Either way, let me see where you can get dried hawthorn from. Either way, I'm gonna be making that. But right now, what I was gonna make was some tea with apples though. Cinnamon and tea, cinnamon, and honey. That's going to be my tea for this morning until I find out what that other stuff is. So dried organic hawthorn berries in bulk. Great for making teas, tinctures, or infused. Wildcrafted or whole dried hawthorn berries in herbal supply shops like Grassroot Herb Supply. Premium dried hawthorn berries from natural spice stores, often from both culinary and herbal use. Etsy has it. Oh, y'all know what I seen this morning too? They said they was getting rid of the Etsy witches. Some larger retailers like online Walmart sell dried hawthorn, so maybe Amazon might have it. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but or how, you know, sanitary it is. Decide how you want to use it: tea or herbal infusion. So I'm making a tea. Ritual or craft use: dried flowers or berries in bulk. Supplement formula making: powder or cut hawthorn. Oh, I didn't know I could make a. Okay, so I might have to pull out my dehydrator as well. Always check organic, sustainability, sourced, and additive free when possible. If you plan to consume tea or tincture, research preparation and safety first, especially if you have health conditions or take medication. So make sure y'all do that as well. All right, so today we're gonna be doing we're gonna be in the kitchen. So when I see y'all next, y'all camera's gonna be moved that way, and we're gonna be doing kitchen stuff. Okay, making some things. Miss Kelly, she has some great cooking tips. It's all healthy and affordable and accessible. And that's why I followed her, okay? Because, again, y'all know I got my herbalist thing and everything, but I haven't done really too much with it. I need to start getting more involved and bringing y'all some stuff because I already took the class, so, you know, y'all don't have to. And I can just tell y'all some stuff. We can actually go in the kitchen and do it because I'm already certified, all right? And so that's a real thing. But anyway, I love y'all and see y'all on the next go around. Make sure y'all are always being good people. Morals and values matter. Boundaries matter. And if you're a good person today, be a good person tomorrow. Please and thank you. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Take it how it resonates. I like her turmeric tea and the way she makes rice. Hello, the rice cooker ain't never had a problem with me because I love the way it make rice. Just make sure you get the right one. So thank y'all for being here and go with God. Go with God always, please and thank you.